And welcome to the Redeye stream. The end is nigh. Wait, is that ice cream? Never mind. Go lick a bus pole. Okay, shit is getting ridiculous, people. Okay, the government is freaking out, shutting everything down. We have mandatory lockdowns, curfews. Pretty soon, the troops are going to be on the streets. And you have idiots in bus stations licking the pole. What are you guys doing? Are you guys really that fucking stupid? I mean, seriously. I'm joined here by my little brother. He's down in Louisiana. We're gonna talk a little bit about CVID, what's going on down there, and some differences between Oregon and Louisiana. Maybe some other topics. How you doing, little bro?
I'm doing terrible.
Oh, you caught that CVID, didn't you? I knew it. I got out of there just in time.
Yeah, I caught the virus.
You are the virus. You're patient zero. I told you when I was down there, you look Chinese.
That's where my daddy's from. China.
Yeah. Dad is totally from China. Yeah, confirmed. We eat dog.
And bats.
No longer. I put the bat stew away. I froze it. I think if you freeze it long enough, the CVID will go away, right?
Move, babe.
Right.
And memes. Dude, the link is in general in Discord. Get in here, dude. Let's see the Bostonians' reaction. Because I'm sure you guys are reacting really well. I'm sure everything is peaches and cream over there. Because, the Northeast never overreacts over, oh, wait, New York and New Jersey are totally shut down. My bad. I forgot.
Get your cold ass feet off of me.
And Wolfshot, what's going on? All right, so you were telling me you guys have curfews. When's the curfew and when did that go into effect?
It's from 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
When did
yesterday?
And it was the governor. It's statewide, or was it the county?
Just for Coshada.
Oh, just for Coshada. Okay. New York is overwhelmed with dead or dying people, you dingus. Yeah. New York is overwhelmed with a bunch of people stacked on top of each other. So, even when you quarantine yourself into an apartment building with 400 people, one person catches it, all 400 are going to have it. You dingus. Okay? Maybe you should spread out. Hey, there's this place in New York called Upstate, where they actually have woods instead of concrete fucking jungle. Maybe head up there. I don't know. That's an idea.
How you been doing, bro?
Oh, I'm fine, other than a freak out over this virus. Shit is getting ridiculous. You have people wanting every person in an apartment complex is doomed. If you live in an apartment, I'm sorry. I'm gonna open up a mortuary. I'm gonna make fucking hand over fist.
Oh, well, that sounds like the similar protocols to when I was interviewing Luto, who's currently lives in Hong Kong, about 6 weeks ago, about the COVID-19 situation. And she basically said that if one person in an apartment building gets it, they quarantine that entire apartment building for like 2 weeks. And that was 6 weeks ago.
That's shit crazy.
Well, people over there also were taking extreme precautions. Like for them to go out, they literally were wearing like multiple layers of clothes, masks, glasses, and stuff like that. Like they weren't messing around with this, and I haven't heard about a huge amount of cases.
Yeah, sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. I had my mic hot. Sorry, memes. But no. Yeah, every person in an apartment complex is doomed. I'm sorry. You have one elderly person.
It depends on how the air is cycled.
Well, the thing is, you have one elderly person with a crazy cousin that likes to lick poles. Hey, they come over and they visit their ailing aunt. Suddenly, Auntie
Hey.
has the goddamn virus, and then the whole complex does. And if you have to step away, bro, go ahead. Just mute yourself and come back.
Why would you lick poles that they licked? Hey, Tom.
Well,
Yo, man, wait. Like, yo, motherfuckers is over here licking poles and shit.
Oh, you didn't see Mad Woman Muse's video? Yeah, she had video footage of some idiot on a bus licking the fucking pole you hold on to. Are you kidding me right now? All right, like,
No.
you might well go lick a fucking mosque, you dumb son of a bitch.
Yo, like, I don't really care, like, what a motherfucker does. Like, that's their business. Like, I walked around all day today spitting on the ground in front of people to see, like, if somebody would try some shit.
But isn't that what you normally do?
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like, right now, motherfuckers is super sensitive about that shit.
Well, you don't go around
I know, dude.
Sneezing on people, yeah.
No, check it out. I was at the airport, right, flying back. I'm in Houston, and I go and I had allergies, right? So my eyes were all itchy and red, and I was coughing a little bit. And I cough into my elbow, and suddenly people just fucking part like the Red Sea. I'm like, sweet, I get to go right through TSA.
Yo, I have a question though. Yo, who's the nigga in the upper right hand side with the bitch with the titties with the profile picture?
That's my little brother. So be nice.
Yo, man, that's your little brother?
My little brother and his girl, yeah.
Word, yo, his girl. How old is she?
He's 21. I believe she's 20, maybe 19.
All right, yeah, I'm cool. Yo, that bitch got some titties. So just look at the titty meat in front of them motherfuckers. Goddamn.
Tom, I appreciate your sheer fact for double checking to make sure she's on the side of the age of majority.
yo, man, look, even I got rules. You know what I'm saying? And like, not only that, but like, motherfuckers on the internet start turning into like goddamn fucking, like, they'll turn into like a Christian pastor if you hit on a broad who's like 16 and you didn't know it. You know what I mean? They'll be like, "Oh my god, how dare you!" You know, start clutching their pearls.
Yeah, but R. Kelly's over here pissing on bitches. I mean, what the fuck?
Well, they don't approve of that either. You know what I mean? But
human beings are complicated creatures, and universal truth number one: people ruin everything.
Hey, you know, have you seen that episode of the Boondocks though, when they're talking about the R. Kelly shit? Like, hey, she wanted to be peed on. Like, a nigga starts peeing on me, I move.
Hey, you gonna stay there and take it, or B, you gonna move? Said, I ain't never been pissed on in my life.
The age, listen, don't harm children, but in general, if somebody likes a golden shower, I mean, hey, what two consenting adults do in their own room is their own business.
Like, yo, here's
you
part of my
get on bitches memes. Is that what
you've never been urinated on?
No.
I thought.
Okay. Wait.
Children.
Wait, I'll make a terrible statement on your show here tonight. All right, I have motherfucking been peed on, but not while I was awake, and it was not like through a sexual nature. I had a bitch who used to get mad at me for things that I did, and then she would pee on the bed, right, while I was fucking sleeping on it, while I was fucking sleeping and shit.
What kind of crazy bitches are you fucking, dude? What's wrong with you?
Man. Yo, welcome to the white trash
person. Go to a Russian hotel about 4 or 5 years ago.
A Russian hotel? Yeah. That broad, she peed on the bed, like, and then I went in the room and I screamed, nigger, fucking. I was in the bathroom and shit. But we were saying the same that Barack Obama did. You know what I mean? That was what that was about.
Well, I mean, because obviously, due to the videotape footage that Vladimir Putin has, I mean, you're obviously easily confused with President Trump.
Yeah, man. I mean, I am obviously President Trump in disguise. You know what I'm saying? President Trump is a gorilla. Gorilla is President Trump. You know what I'm saying? Einhorn is motherfucking.
I thought you liked the orangutan channel.
Yo, man, look, I don't like orangutans. They're fake ass fucking gorillas.
Dude, look up the video of them getting a toy snake. They're terrified of it.
Wait. Okay, so your opinion on orangutans? They're fake ass monkeys, right?
Yeah, they're fake gorillas. They want to be gorillas and shit. Them niggas get the big face for no reason.
They're noble sapiens.
Yo, look, man, they be trying to pretend they small, but they just really uppity motherfuckers with long hair. They like the hippie douches of the fucking primate world.
You don't steal their cantaloupe. They'll be displeased.
Yo, look, man, you probably shouldn't be motherfucking eating cantaloupe after a fucking baboon handles it.
Well, I mean, it's they could learn to share.
Yo, look, man, do you really want to stand here and think that? All right, because I'm gonna tell you what. Back in the day when Marco Polo went to motherfucking India and shit, this motherfucker here, he stood there and he thought that the baboons were the goddamn Indian people, and he wrote of their motherfucking exploits and how the dog-faced individuals dealt with each other and had their interpersonal relationships.
Don't piss them off. I just watched Jumanji 2. It was terrifying.
Yo, look, man, I ain't watching Jumanji 2, all right? I don't give a fuck, all right? As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Jumanji, all right? The other one doesn't even exist. That's where my mentality is.
Yeah, the original was better. It's the first one.
I feel you, man. Alan Parrish was the shit.
Well, not the Ron. I love Ron Williams, but I don't know. It didn't resonate. Maybe I didn't play enough board games. I was always cheating at Candyland with my father. I always stacked the deck so I get the Rainbow Road.
How do you cheat at Candyland?
Oh,
That's
man,
because
you make
you
sure the
move
same
yourself.
person goes either first or second, and you just stack the deck so you get the Rainbow Bridge. You're like 20 spaces ahead.
Or you move your motherfucking character up without actually motherfucking like rolling the dice, or you take extra spaces and shit.
Well, that's cheating within the game. I was simply stacking.
Nah, man. Like I cheat too. I cheat with not just within the game, bro. Like, yo, legitimate, that motherfucker looks away from the board. I'm moving my piece up. And then on top of that, every time I pee, my piece is going to get moved up. And then on top of that, every time I roll, I'm picking up an extra 4 or 5 spaces.
Yeah, I ain't playing board games with you motherfuckers.
I probably shouldn't play any game with a motherfucker like me. Like, yo, I'll be cheating all the time.
Hey, you want to play some spades? I know you've been
you want to play some spades? We can play some spades. I'm saying though, nigga, I'm going wheels on you. It is what it is. You got to remember, yo, there's some blind sixes shit that motherfucking most cats don't even know about.
How about go fish?
Hey, you got some of those fucking ho-hos to bet? What's up?
Oh, dude, those are delicious.
The bitches is the night that motherfucking that dude got stabbed, you know what I mean, and ran up and shit, you know, when we turned the block into Beirut, you know what I mean? That's what I was sitting there doing. I was sitting there playing spades. Like, yo, and then like a nigga ran up and he got stabbed, and I was like, what up? Right? Yo, and the motherfucker was like, I got stabbed. And I was like, oh shit. And then we had to like fucking handle business. Right.
So as we may or may not be disclosing a potential unsolved murder mystery, I mean,
no,
he didn't get murdered.
It was solved, and he used the good towels, right? I mean, because you totally pulled the Goodfellas and grabbed the good towels.
No, what are you talking about, bro? Like, yo, no. But what we did was we went to the recycling bin of the Puerto Rican bar next door and started throwing Coronas at the nigga who motherfucking sat there fucking like stabbed my boy fucking Eddie and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, by the time like that nigga got to the door, it was like Jackie Chan from Rumble in the Bronx. You know what I mean? Then like every time he tried to leave the house, he got pelted with motherfucking bottles out the recycling bin and shit. And it was like Beirut. That nigga was a living hostage for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh shit! Fucking turned into that one movie, fucking where he shut down the hospital, right?
You talking about John Q and shit?
Yeah, John Q. Yeah.
Man, nah, man, yo, we weren't out here, motherfucking like holding the whole hospital hostage. Yo, we just had like a block on lock at the moment.
In Minecraft.
Allegedly in Minecraft. Well, like, yo, my block was different. Like, when the police used to like chase somebody on foot off a motherfucking market or whatever, and like, yo, they try to turn down motherfucking 15th or 14th and shit. Like, yo, them niggas, they turned around by the time they got to the swamps. They ain't fucking going in there.
All right, well, let's do a check, man. What's going on in whenever my brother gets back, we'll talk about Louisiana, but for now, Boston and Philly. How are you guys doing, man? Because here in Oregon, we're not doing bad, dude. We're good.
Yo, look, man, I was out today. You know what I'm saying? I was out yesterday. I went to the store and shit. Everybody got those face masks on. Yo, it's some weird ass nonsense. Like, yo, they got everybody on a curfew out this bitch. You ain't allowed outside after 8 o'clock. Fucking like, yo, it's a weird situation out here. You know what I mean? Like, yo, the unemployment is all types of fucked up. I'm on my 5th week of waiting for a motherfucking check from these motherfuckers and shit. They're not approving nobody. The website keeps going down on a regular basis. Things is fucked up out here, man. Niggas is getting hungry.
That's messed up, dude. Because I remember when you kind of like left your other job and stuff. I'm like, it's been that long. Because I was gonna say, like, they had so many folks, like, just in the past 2 weeks, like 10 million people.
I'm betting the number's closer to 60.
I guess we'll see.
What is it? Is it the population density? Because I'm able to apply as an independent contractor. My wife, her boss told her to go ahead and go on unemployment. She was already approved. She applied. I helped her apply yesterday. Already approved. We're gonna get the first check on like Monday. Why is it taking so long for you, Pinoid?
Yo, because of the sheer raw amount of motherfuckers out here. You know,
Yeah, greater Philly areas. There's a lot of people.
It's just because like the whole state, you know what I'm saying, is like fucking 6 million people, right? And right now, like for the past like 4 weeks, they've had all non-essential businesses shut down. Like there's like armed standoffs and shit out here with motherfucking people who are running businesses saying they're not shutting down between them and the police. And the police is like, we'll revoke your fucking business license. And they're like, yo, like, come over here and fucking take it. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. No, dude, people gotta survive. Like over here in Massachusetts, I think we'll be okay just because we do have like a lot of medical apparatus, freaking hospitals and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But also
wait, memes. Isn't that where St. Jude's or St. Mary's is, right?
I
The
think we get
I'm
St.
back.
Jude's. Welcome back. But no, just to wrap up real quick, I think Governor Baker, I think he's got a handle on things because I think he was like the third or fourth state to actually put in for the major disaster declaration just to open up that extra federal funding and perhaps having the Guard come in to build some additional hospital structure here. They actually did something I've never seen before, but what was it? I think like 3 or 4 days ago, he put out something that said, basically, if you are a finished medical student and you have not yet literally, if you don't have your medical license, they were issuing 90-day temporary medical licenses to people that qualify.
Without taking your MCATs and shit.
You have to be done med school. You have to be done, and I think get placed.
Your MCATs ain't about medical school though. Like it's kind of like the MCATs is like the bar for a lawyer.
Oh, it's for the license. I believe so. I believe so. At least to like take away strain. Because here's the thing: if you're studying to be a doctor, it's like if you just need to do a sample thing and you have enough training, it's like why not utilize these people and stuff? Like President Trump just kind of came out and put in for volunteers today. I'm like, Governor Baker did that like 4 days ago. And he was like issuing temp medical licenses because they just want to be prepared, man. That's the thing. Because in case this does spike in the next week, that's the thing. I think we'll have a bit more of an edge, hopefully.
Hello?
Well,
I
no,
don't know, man.
Well, real quick. Hey, little brother. Our sister works at a hospital, right?
Yes.
When I was there, she said that nobody was freaking out. Is that still the case? Have you talked to our sister?
I think everybody's freaking out now.
When's the curfew in Coshada?
8 o'clock to 6. Yeah, 8 p.m. to 6 a.m.
God damn, sound like that motherfucker is southern as fuck.
Yeah, Louisiana, man. What do you expect?
You know, like 8 o'clock to 6. Like, God damn, that motherfucker is southern as fuck. Yo, what up, man? I'm Tom Peace. Yo, we do things, man.
Yeah, no, and don't mind him. He's just our local Italian. I think he has CVID, but he built up an immunity.
Are they giving you anything?
Man,
Yeah, I guess. I can't help my accent.
I feel you, me either. That's just is what it is. It happens sometimes.
Hey, God made it, bro.
That's where I get down to. That's legit. That's where I get. I was saying that on a video earlier. I did.
Hang on, I'm gonna walk outside so I can hear.
Pinoid, I was watching a video by you earlier today. It was the one where you were talking about child support and how they're screwing fathers over. Hey, look, I don't want to be a dick here, but if you owe 15 grand, why are you getting Trump money? Sorry, dude. That money that you're getting should go for what you owe. It should.
No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. Because that money is there for like you to be able to feed yourself. You know what I'm saying? As a citizen. And like, it's a civil matter, right? Legitimately. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you owe 15 grand in child support, and that's not hard to do. Like legitimately, that's not hard. Like say like if you're out of work for a year, you get locked up for a year, right? And like while you're locked up, like that child support just accrues. Like they don't take it away. Like it just keeps going. Like, you know what I mean? Don't matter. And so like say you get thrown in the bin for like a year for something or whatever, you end up standing here like injured with like a broken leg or some bullshit, whatever the case might be, for like a year, and you're recuperating. And like fucking, you know, end of the year you owe like fucking $15,000-$20,000. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that money, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you go back to work and keep paying, and you've been paying, you know what I'm saying? You end up fucked up, unemployed. You know what I mean? Like, you're still paying your shit, but you got 15 grand in back. You know what I mean? Or if, say, like, your baby's mom's like fucking stands here and files an initial joint and proves paternity and then drops it, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, she wanted money out of court or whatever the case might be. And this happens a lot. And then she go back in and they fucking backdate it to the original joint and they fucking automatically stack 15 on you. You know what I mean? And like, yo, fucking you end up, you know what I mean, banged out for 15 grand on the rears. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
okay, yeah, I understand. I get that, right? And my brother, he pays child support. So I'm sure he's probably going to side with you on this one. But I was the one being paid child support, right? So like my ex owed like 25 grand. What? Like she should get free Trump money? No.
So you want the money faster? Because what I'm hearing from Tom is he's arguing due process, because that money is due to the individual, and if somebody wants to claim it, they could go through the process.
No. Like what I'm saying is like, yo, like the government shut the world down through like no fault of our own, right? And so like they're handing out money, which I'm not cool with the money to begin with. Like, I don't think we should be standing here throwing like $1,200 every citizen. We shouldn't have done all this shit. We should have just let the old people catch the COVID. You know what I mean? It wiped out some of the population. Like, yeah, that's how
Damn.
you know what I mean? Like, yo, I like when this first started, like I was saying we should be handing out COVID blankets of nursing homes, right?
Oh, yeah, straight smallpox blankets. How? White man have blankets for you.
We're all going to hell.
Yeah, right. But like, yeah, like what that's kind of my mentality is like, look, man, like the reality is that there's no reason we should stand here and like fucking sell out our future for the fucking baby boomers. You know what I mean? That's the mentality that I have. Because like they've already sold us up the river for like fucking everything that's ever happened. In the past
okay, so let's check it out. I was talking about numbers last night, right? So Lane County, where I live, it spreads from the Cascades to the Oregon coast. All right, about 200 miles long, about 150 miles wide. There's about 400,000 in the population, a little bit less. I think it's 388,000 or some bullshit. Whatever. We have 14 total cases. 14. 4 deaths now. The deaths were from 75 to 95.
Yeah.
Okay. Why exactly is my county on lockdown right now? How about you lock down the nursing homes? Don't let grandpa walk the dog. Get a dog walker and call it fucking good. Okay? Because we're golden. We're good. We're not Philly. We're not New York. Okay? We're not Los Angeles. Why are you treating us?
Until you are. That's the thing. Because the population density, yeah, that will make a huge difference. But it is the thing. It's like we also don't know. We don't have enough information. If all of a sudden, if you only have like 200 hospital beds in the county, if 200 folks are there because they have severe respiratory symptoms, don't have a medical emergency. Don't break your leg or anything.
Okay, so we have Mackenzie Hospital in Springfield. We have a urgent care in Springfield. In Eugene, we have Sacred Heart, the old downtown hospital. We have the brand new freaking giant hospital. That is the new Sacred Heart Hospital. We also have a psychiatric hospital outside of Junction City where only 1/5 of the beds are filled. You have an entire psychiatric hospital, an entire place that's already sanctioned off and ready for quarantine.
That doesn't matter. None of that matters. All right, like yo, what memes is saying is this, right? And like memes ain't really saying it right because like he's memes. So like I'll explain it to you. All right, we only have so many fucking respirators and like fucking aerators and shit and like actual like fucking Jones for like respiratory illnesses in those hospitals to begin with, right? So like say like you end up having like I don't know, like you have 10 or 15 or 20 per hospital, right? And like you have 200 people coming in to use them, your ass out. You know what I mean? It's that fucking simple. Your ass the fuck out. Or you only have so many beds inside of those fucking hospitals to actually treat people. Like a psychiatric hospital isn't staffed with medical doctors who know how to do medical shit.
Yeah, that's where FEMA comes in, Pinoid.
FEMA doesn't invent doctors. They don't invent doctors.
No, nobody invents doctors. I'm not fucking stupid. But
President Trump gave authorization to military physicians to help out.
See, and FEMA can move in rapidly, bring in respirators, set up triage.
How many respirators do you think we have?
What I'm saying though is, why are we putting everybody's lives on hold over something that hasn't killed as many people as drunk driving?
Well, I agree with you.
And then we're setting a precedent. We're setting a fucking standard to where the government will come in every time we get the sniffles. No, I say no. Give me dangerous liberty over peaceful slavery.
How many people are you willing to sacrifice for that?
Yo, me,
everybody.
I was thinking about this. Yo, yeah,
everybody but me and mine, me and my family. That's it. Everybody else, fuck y'all.
Well,
so what happens if your family gets sick?
Then, like, yo, he has to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And like, eat that up. Like, yo, freedom isn't free. You know what I mean? It costs lives and blood.
True.
You know what I mean? That's just really what it is. That's why, like, you know, motherfuckers be like, hey, look, you know, they want free drugs or they want fucking, you know what I mean, drugs to be legalized and all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, but then you have to take away the government paying for the repercussions of that. And on top of that, you have to be willing to walk over top of the motherfucking what's that nigga's name? You have to walk over top of the junkie and shit. Like, oh no, the titty meat done disappeared. Right? Fucking like you have to be willing to step over top of that junkie dying in the streets. Like that's really what the fuck the cost is of that freedom.
Well, here's the thing though. All seriousness, memes. I'm going to talk directly to you because you're the bleeding heart liberal here. Okay, look, Spanish flu didn't shut down the airlines. Spanish flu didn't shut down interstate commerce. Spanish flu didn't shut down anything. You know what we did? We freaking put the people that were sick in the places where we tried to help them, and they died. They died in mass because we didn't know what we were doing. But we have a better hold on it now. We can cope with it better now. We don't need to put our lives on hold. We don't need
because we didn't know what we were doing at the time. And since we have a better grip on things now, we know what we can do to help prevent all those people from dying.
Yeah, but we're going to crash our economy, devalue our currency, and destroy our future generations.
Oh, we're totally getting mass inflation. That's going to be a thing. It's already a thing.
Yeah, and we're gonna have massive debt that our grandkids are gonna have to pay off that they never fucking agreed to. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, legit, we're gonna sit here and get the government's powers that they've never had before.
We're watching.
Okay. You know what, Bear Dog? I'm gonna talk directly to you. Wolfshot, listen to me. I'm speaking plain English here. Okay. I watched a video by Truth Storm Media. They went to Costco, right? Costco had a bunch of carts sitting right there by their pallet little freaking amusement park walkway, right? It's like a little fucking walkway where you fucking loop around and there's signs everywhere. Stay 6 feet apart. Stay 6 feet apart. Her husband grabbed a cart that was standing right there. Oh, these carts should be fine. Oh no, that cart's infected. That cart's infected. Don't bring that in here. They're acting like he has a goddamn bomb. Okay, he already touched the cart. He lets the cart go, right? Lets it go. They go through. Oh, social distancing. 6 feet apart. 6 feet apart from your husband and your family. You know, the people you're quarantined with. That makes a lot of sense.
I
Okay,
may not have known they were together.
yeah, like whatever, fine, 6 feet apart. And then they go through the aisles and everything. They get their stuff. They're not allowed to pick up the stuff that they grab from the shelf and put in the cart and put it on the conveyor belt. But you know who does it? Who does do it? You know, the cashier, the one with the little plexiglass thing, because germs don't go around plexiglass. That's totally not a thing. That would never happen. So they got a little plexiglass thing that they hardly ever stand behind, and they grab your items and they manually scan them and put them back in your contaminated cart. And then they won't take your cash because that's dirty, but they'll take your credit card and run it through the machine and hand it back to you. And then you touch that same keypad to type in your PIN that, I don't know, 200 people touched already. You know, do these measures make any fucking sense to anybody?
Yes, especially if you wash your hands.
Oh my, what do you mean? Okay, tell me how yes. Because these people are saying the carts are contaminated, don't touch them. We can't have you put the items on the thing, but they're not wearing gloves and they're touching the items.
Well, they wipe down some carts first. At least when I went to the grocery store the other day, what they would do is they'd bring in the carts, but then as they're bringing in the carts, they'd wipe them down to at least minimize your chances. Here's the thing. There's always a chance you can get something. You can just greatly go out of your way to try to minimize it. Dude, even when I was at PAX, when this was just starting to ramp up, literally on day 2, there was already hand sanitizer everywhere, and they had people wiping down the escalators, the rails, this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, would that necessarily affect everyone? No, but it's statistics, man. You just reduce the chance.
Yo, look, man, when I went to Walmart today, right, I went in there to go get fucking drinks and fucking I was joking with Shorty. I was like, she on a rag. So I was like, do you want me to buy you some diapers or something, bitch? Right? Fucking like but I went in there, and when like I went in to get my cart, I grabbed my cart, and the lady like looked at me all weird because like she's like, do you need me to wipe that down for you? And I'm like, no, I'm good. Right. But as I walk around, like everybody's wearing rubber gloves handling the fucking grocery cart and shit. Like, yo, I think motherfuckers is overreacting to nonsense. And me personally, you know what I mean, I'm kind of hoping for the boogaloo, so I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care. You know what I mean? That's kind of where my mentality is at the moment. So like, it's kind of whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like I'm comfortable with the fact that old people are going to die. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't want old people to die, but the thing, it still remains. Okay, check it out. Little brother, when I was down there, right? We were at the Family Dollar, and we had the last pack of fucking toilet paper. You didn't even let me know where you hid that shit, right?
Hell no. You gotta fend for yourself.
Yo, we jacking for toilet paper up here right now, man. Legit.
Shit.
Wait. Is the libertarian learning from his younger brother?
No, the shit was hilarious, right? My brother looks at the cashier and goes, "Oh shit, I forgot my money. And can I just leave this here?" She's like, "No, somebody's gonna take it for sure." He's like, "Oh shit, okay." And I'm like, "Hey, I'll just stay here with you." He's like, "No." And he goes, I don't know where he went. He went somewhere in the store and hit the shit.
Yeah, I hit it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
So
like,
that's forward thinking.
Yo, we're stealing toilet paper out of fucking restrooms and shit at this point.
Yeah, you find a porta potty, you got to raid that shit, right?
Wait, hold on, wait. Tom, because I was hearing folks were like stealing stuff from truck stops, so like truckers wouldn't have stuff to wipe their butts with that.
Yep.
That sounds like it stinks. Or wait, never mind.
Or we could be stealing it from hospital shit.
Yo, man, look, going to the hospital to go steal toilet paper is kind of like, I don't know, that's kind of like going in like fucking like buying a hooker because you want to have somebody to have dinner with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, my mom's
an
already
expensive
in the
proposition.
hospital, so we just got the toilet paper when we went up there.
You guys really stole toilet paper from the damn hospital?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
My mom
I'm sorry
stole
about
it
your
for
mom.
us.
Your mom cares.
Yeah, look, I'd say like y'all. I'm gonna say it like this, y'all. I feel bad. You know what I'm saying? That you over here, your mom's up in the hospital right now, but I don't really know that chick, so like it is what it is.
Hey, you know, like most people that go to the hospital are like, "Where's the morphine and shit at?" Now people are like, "Where's the rubber gloves and fucking?"
Niggas is over here stealing face masks and shit.
Yeah, like why aren't they raiding the construction sites or painters booths and getting the good respirators? That's
Those
what
are
I'm.
already gone because those are already gone. That's why.
Yeah, everybody went over and got the good shit, so we got to get the poor shit.
Yeah. Like, man, look, I was first. You know what I mean? I was the first.
Single ply is, I'm not going to lie. I like 2-ply. It's one of those modern luxuries that I like.
Oh, dude. Up here, the country store, they're hiding the toilet paper for the locals. We got 4-ply, motherfucker.
Hey, or you can just order the shit off of eBay.
Yo, I bought baby wipes. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
just don't be flushing. Don't be flushing.
Yeah, it's like wiping your butt with an angel's wing, right?
No, get the flushable ones.
Yo, they have these Jones called dude wipes that you can buy, but like they're all sold out too, right? But like, yeah, fucking like nah, I'm just buying baby wipes, you know what I mean? Like buying like 4 and 5 3-packs or whatever, the baby wipes.
It's transportable. Put in the bug out bag.
I have them in my bug out bag. I have a fucking pack of baby wipes in my bug out bag.
I knew you had a bug out bag. Hey, do you have one of those water filter fucking straws? That'd be awesome.
No, I need to get one though. I really do. Like I got ammunition, I got motherfucking I got ammo, I got silver, I got motherfucking clothes for me and the kids, diapers, wipes, motherfucking trying to think here, and some extra food and shit.
Yeah, man, like shit is getting crazy around here. Not necessarily in my county. We're staying sane because people aren't dying in mass. But I mean, you're not hearing shit out of Jersey. New York on lockdown.
What are you talking about? You are hearing shit out of Jersey all the time.
Yeah, kind of.
No, I am. Like I live next to Jersey.
Well, I live on the other coast.
Yeah, like yo, did you hear what happened in Rhode Island?
Fuck no. Where's Rhode Island? Isn't that like 5 miles wide?
Well, Rhode Island's a state that's directly north of motherfucking New York. Like, if you have money and you live in New York, you work in New York, you have money, you have a place in Rhode Island, right? But Rhode Island State Police are going around fucking door to door for everybody who has a New York license plate. And they're fucking making sure that they're fucking standing here they're fucking quarantining anybody with a New York license plate, and they're turning everybody around who's coming into fucking Rhode Island with a New York license plate and shit.
No shit. They better be like buying some California plates off the black market, right?
There is no plates on the black market, but like, yeah, that's kind of holy shit, just me and you, nigga. Right? Fucking Rhode Island. Yo, look, man, I'll be real with you. Like, I hate fucking New York, so I'm like, fuck, you know, I'm just like, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, New York City people are like the center of fucking shitbags as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I'm not a big fan of New York, fucking Yankees, but you know, the thing remains though. I don't want to see a mass like the Black Death roll through New York like it rolled through London. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to see that. But don't they kind of deserve this shit? I mean, you stack each other on top of each other like Mexican fucking blockhouses. What do you fucking expect?
Well, you know, that's the essence of the Agenda 21 here, folks. All right. They're trying to stack people's right now. All right. And they're going to take the apartment building, turn the apartment building water, and throwing gay fish and the gay frogs. They're going to try and turn everybody into human gay fish frog hybrids. All right, folks. That's what's really the situation. I got a documentation right here, folks. So when it really comes down to it, like yo, but legitimately, that's legit. That's what's going to fucking, we're going to end up like fucking going the opposite direction of Agenda 21 and fucking like all this globalist bullshit. Like, I think when this is over, that's going to be done with. Like, motherfuckers are going to be fleeing the cities in mass, and you know what I mean? Fucking, they're going to stand here and like try and keep motherfuckers out of their countries. They're going to fucking really start locking down Like it's gonna be a super like national type of fucking mentality that's gonna come. You know what I mean? Yo, nigga, like the fuck is why is there a nigga barking in your motherfucking chat right now, bro?
Oh no, Frank's cool. All right. So the thing is, man, one, I gotta step away and hang up the curtain. The boys are scared of the dark. Whatever. But I'll do that in a second. Here's the thing, man. When you stack people up, and when I say Mexican stack houses, you know what I'm talking about, right? You get these illegals that buy a fucking 1-bedroom apartment and they fill this whole son of a bitch with bunk beds, right? There's like 20 motherfuckers in a 1-bedroom apartment just fucking chilling. Like, okay, like you're not gonna get the plague. Like bed bugs aren't gonna fucking go everywhere. Like one motherfucker gets MRSA, the whole fucking house ain't gonna get it, right? Like, come on, what are you guys doing? How about we have some common fucking sense? And New Yorkers live like that day to day. How much does a fucking tiny studio apartment cost over there? $75,000 fucking dollars. Are you shitting me right now?
You don't buy the apartment. It's like $3,000 a month for fucking rent for some shit like that.
Yeah, like go fuck yourself. Like, no, I
agree with you. Like, yo, the problem is like there's so much money to be made up in fucking New York that like individuals are like they'll stack up like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 people into a fucking apartment and sit there and grind it out like that. That's just a way of life up in New York. That's a way of life in a lot of these fucking cities. You know what I mean? Because the cost of living so fucking high. You know what I mean? It's the same way in fucking Washington, D.C. It's the same way in L.A. It's the same way in motherfucking San Francisco. It's the same way in Santa Monica. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it's the same bullshit everywhere you fucking go because like the fucking amounts, the amount of money it costs for fucking rent. You know, like the population densities are too fucking high inside of these cities. And like, this was always the fucking, just as I just said, fucking rank. Like it's the same type of fucking book. Like, yo, this shit's been going on legitimately since fucking, you know, cities were first invented. You know what I mean? Like since we first had cities, this has always been an issue. Like you didn't have plague out in like the countryside, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a major problem because like people were spread out. So therefore, like, you know, the chance that you fucking going to another fucking town or you taking your shit to market, you know what I'm saying? You did that like once a month. And like, you know, when you got there, you usually wore a fucking scarf, you know what I mean? Fucking like that was kind of the deal back in the day, and that's kind of the deal still fucking today. Like most of us hate going to these fucking cities to begin with. And, you know, like cities is where like you're gonna run into these massive fucking problems. You know, and that's why they're having the reaction they are of like, oh man, everybody needs to quarantine and da 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 da. Like the reality is that you need to let this shit run through and show why the fuck you shouldn't be fucking stacking yourselves on top of each other like motherfucking rats. Like that's really what the fuck the deal is. Like cities are shitty ideas. They always have been and they always fucking will be.
Well, no, I absolutely agree. And the thing is, California is the same way. Yes and no. It depends on where you're at. Like, my grandma owned her own home in Baldwin Park, you know, East LA. And then I also lived in West Covina. I lived in Eureka, Wairika. I lived out in San Bernardino. I lived all over SoCal and a little bit in North California. It's not that bad in some places. Now, Baldwin Park, a little bit different. I was at a job interview, right? And I had written down that I went to school in Baldwin Park. And the guy interviewing me was from Cali, right? The LA area. He goes, Baldwin Park? What, were you the last white boy to leave? Right? So, I mean, there is that where you do have the influx. You have whole neighborhoods that are just Mexican, whole neighborhoods that are just African American, whole neighborhoods that are just rich white people, whole neighborhoods that are poor white people in trailers out in San Bernardino. You know what I mean? You do have a segregation issue in California, which is really weird for it being such a liberal state, right?
Well, not really. You know what I mean? Like fucking, it doesn't matter where you go. Motherfuckers will stand here and segregate themselves. Like that's just human nature, right? And the problem is like, yo, when you start talking about segregation by like race, it's really by culture. right? When it really comes down to it, like every culture has their own shit, and you will flock towards individuals who have your own culture. Like, you know, when I'm out running around, like the individuals who I deal with, like for the most part, they're Guineas, you know what I'm saying, or Puerto Ricans, which are like Guineas, but speak Spanish, you know what I'm saying? So like they're kind of like we're all kind of the same thing. It's all Latin individuals. So like you will segregate yourself as far as that type of shit is really concerned. You know what I mean? Like I'm much closer to a Puerto Rican in their mentalities than I am with your average trailer trash white individual. Right. So like it's a culture thing when it really comes down to it. It is not a fucking race thing.
Well, I suppose, but then again, isn't it kind of race? Like, now that I think about it, I'm friends with more Irish people than I am others, and my last name is Irish. Is that just a natural tendency, or is that just the way the cards played out?
No, it's because, all right, see, here's the problem, right? Like you, for instance, you're just now getting a chance to like meet where you came from, right? Your people and shit. But like what you're noticing as you meet them is like there's a lot about them that are just like you that's naturally inherent inside of yourself, because like you have certain preferences as to how you deal with things. You know what I'm saying? Fucking yo, Excel, what up, man? Like, yo, fucking that's my nigga right there. Right? Fucking yo, send that nigga the link. You know what I'm saying? Because like yo, it's just me and you. Like he can hold shit down, but you go take care of your kids.
All right. Yeah, no, I'll link, yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. Fucking but yeah, like there's a culture thing that a lot of people don't really look at, because like we don't really consider culture in America. You know what I mean? That's kind of the situation. Like you're white, you're gonna hang out with white people. Okay, yo, again, it depends on what type of white you are, right? Like Russians aren't gonna really hang out with Irish motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, right. Like my mom, no, seriously, my mom worked at the hot springs up here, right? And she worked cleaning the hotel and the cabins and stuff. And these fucking Russians would come up every year and they would just drink piss ass fucking cheap vodka and tear the goddamn cabin apart. And my mom would just bitch to me and go, I hate these fucking Russians. These Russians are pieces of fucking shit. Right? And just railing on them like a race, like a clan member would a black guy. But this is one white person to another.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's down to culture. You know, I mean, when it really comes down to it, it has very little to do with race itself. Like, yeah, like we see, like if you have a black person who shares a lot of your values, you will hang out with that black person, right? And especially much faster, you'll hang out with that black person than if you hang out around a white person who don't share any of your values. Like if there's like a junky ass white person and a black dude who's a sovereign citizen, you'll hang around that black dude, especially you, Mad Dodge, you know, being a libertarian and shit, long before you'll hang around that white dude who's a communist, who's a fucking drug addict. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I hate these liberal fucking politics. I can't stand it. But then again, I also almost got in a fight with my dad when I was down in Louisiana because he's just praising Trump like Trump is the emperor fucking god. No, he's not. Okay? Trump can overreach and take power just as much as Obama did. Okay? Let's not fucking put all our faith in one man.
Oh yeah, I mean, like yo, like you gotta see that, and this is the problem is like the boomers, they want, and I was having this conversation earlier, right, or yesterday with fucking my pops and shit. You know what I mean? Fucking I hang out with a lot of people that don't have the same values as I do. Bear Dog, I think you'd be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I think you'd be wrong, like yo, fucking legit. But fucking like I bet you when it really comes down to like values that matter as far as real living's concerned and not like social values that I think maybe you're thinking of, like you're probably hanging out with a lot of individuals who have your same value set. You know what I mean? Because like your values really matter about what you do in life. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but like Bear Dog, me and you have almost identical fucking values. You know what I mean? It's just you live your life in a different manner than what I do, but on the same point, you live your life in the same manner that I do. It's kind of the situation. You feel where I'm at? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of
well. And real quick, XL, welcome, man. It's been a while since you've been on the Redeye. Welcome back. How you doing?
What's up, dude? Not too bad. chilling shit, staying on lockdown and quarantine.
How
I'm a cultureless. I'm a cultureless white male, so.
Well, no, actually, so we were doing roll call pretty much earlier when my little brother was here, and memes about how shit's going on in all of our necks of the woods. You don't need to say where you're at. Don't dox yourself. But how is shit where you're at?
I mean, I never hit it. I live in Kansas City, Missouri, but it's like we don't have a whole lot of cases in the whole state, and most of them are on the St. Louis side. But we still have these lockdown notifications. So non-essential businesses, they're all closed. Fortunate enough to work for an essential business. I know some people are complaining because they have to go to work, and I'm just like, you don't understand how much of a privilege that is right now. I mean, for the most part, I think everybody's chill right now. I just don't know how much longer we can go with this.
How do you feel about shutting down the world's largest economy over the sniffles?
Well, first off, in some ways, I'm glad at least a lot of this is happening at, so like this lockdown order was issued at the county level, not even the state level. So at least a lot of this is decentralized in some ways, but I think we might be going too far. I don't think that we're going to be preventing enough cases to make it worth it. I mean, I'm not qualified to make the risk reward analysis, but just some of the things I've seen and the way they keep reducing numbers and projections, that can't all be due to measures taken by the government for self-quarantine and stuff. I mean, look at Sweden. Sweden's going to be the case study of do nothing, because they're doing nothing.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, okay, I understand taking precautions, ordering respirators, having General Motors produce respirators, having our industry switch over for a minute. I get it. That's fine. But shutting down everything, issuing curfews, I don't have a curfew where I'm at, right?
Yeah, so there's nowhere in the Constitution does it say that, all these rights are inalienable unless there's a pandemic, because God knows they didn't know anything about pandemics back when the Constitution was written, except for any time a sickness came along. They just kind of expected that a quarter of their family members were going to die. Yeah. Right. I mean, that was the standard back then. So
that's the cost. That's the cost of freedom when it really comes down to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Freedom is pretty cheap. You know what I'm saying? When things are fucking good. You know what I mean? But freedom is super goddamn expensive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm incredibly uncomfortable with everything that's going on. The best analogy I could think of is, remember whenever they first initiated, or the TSA first went up and almost everybody was against it. It was wildly unpopular.
Yeah.
You do that same poll now, and everybody's like, of course we need the TSA, right? Even though there's no proof they've ever done anything to be effective. All they're doing is raising the cost of your airline tickets and making it a pain in the ass to get in and out of airports. So,
they're not. No, they're not. Excel. Dude, I flew 2 weeks ago, right? I flew home. I called United. I had to wait forever, but I moved my trip up because I heard the West Coast was going to shut down. So I flew out of Shreveport early, right? And I went through Houston, Texas. Nothing. No gloves, no masks. They're fucking golden, dude. Not a fucking worry in the world. Matter of fact, the place was so fucking empty. I strolled through. I could have lit a cigarette and been fucking fine. Other than the 3 cops and 2 dogs that were over in the corner. Whatever.
Yeah, I know that's happening. I think what I was saying, you kind of went off track of where I was going. It said when we created the TSA, it was wildly unpopular, but because 9/11 happened, and we've been with us so long, we just got used to it. And I think we're in one of those times where a lot of these measures that the government's taking that we're just accepting because it's extreme times. Even though there's some opposition now, I'm just afraid in the future it's just going to be more power to the government, even whenever we're not in a pandemic.
Oh, then I totally agree with you. That's why
Yeah.
I've been yelling and screaming at the top of my lungs. People, listen to Benjamin Franklin. What have you given us? A republic, if you can keep it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, we've kind of fucked that up a long time ago, but
Yeah. Look, the moment we gave everybody the right to vote, that went out the fucking window.
yeah, it's one of the things, like the direction just always points towards more government, and it's one of those things. I just wish we could live at a time or get a movement to shrink government even just a tiny bit, but it's never happened.
It has
Our most conservative presidents have expanded government.
No, well, they do, but it has happened. Bundy Ranch incident, militia groups staring down the scope of their rifle at federal agents, not a shot fired, and the Bundys won the lawsuit. In Oregon, the Bundy son stormed a fucking wildlife refuge. Totally guilty, by the way. Totally guilty. He stormed it and took it over. A man died at a roadblock, right? They went to court in Salem, Oregon. Or no, Portland. They went to court in Portland, Oregon, under a federal judge, found innocent. Innocent. We have made some wins, okay?
Yeah. I mean, occasionally you go to the courts and win, but even with the courts, what's really terrible about it is, they're really bad at going to precedent instead of any sort of constitutional originalism. So whenever you look back at a lot of the worst rulings in history, I mean, a lot of people think one of the ones I can think of, the Civil Rights Act. Every part of that was every
Roe v. Wade.
Well, yeah, that's okay. That one's up there too. The Civil Rights Act, the one where they said private business owners don't have the right to discriminate for whatever arbitrary reasons.
Yeah, or
whenever the courts approve that.
Excel, I'm going to help you out. Also, the Dred Scott decision.
Yeah, I was going to bring up Dred Scott too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the courts actually approved that, not on any constitutional basis. They just said, well, I mean, look, it just seems like the right thing to do. Right? I mean, that's in the opinions. And then, but once it's, the court ruled that it's okay, then the courts will just in generally rule it's okay from then on out.
Go ahead, Pino.
Frank, like the reality is, it's opposite of that, right? It's when the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few is really the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's really the fucking issue and shit. And I mean, it's the fact that when they go, well, fucking, we can have everybody be safe here if, you know what I'm saying, like fucking a few individuals had their rights trampled on. And I mean, that's really, like when you start losing the goddamn republic. I mean, that's kind of the situation. And when we go, hey, look, we want to make everybody equal instead of having everybody have the opportunity to be equal. And I mean, that's when you fucking stand here and lose the goddamn republic and fuck shit up. Like for instance, fucking equal rights for women and shit of this nature. You know what I'm saying? That's what really destroys fucking society. And what destroyed our fucking republic when it really came down to it. I mean, I say repeal the 19th. That's kind of my mentality. But I mean, really, we should probably repeal the fact that every man should have the right to fucking vote. Like, because this was never supposed to be a democracy. This was supposed
voting was never a right.
No.
That's really what it boils down to. We've diluted the meaning of right to mean something that it does not mean.
Yeah. I mean, like fucking like there's some, like they say that like fucking abortions are a right. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like even Planned Parenthood will tell you abortion isn't a motherfucking right. You know what I mean? Like go to Planned Parenthood with no money and see if they fucking give you an abortion. You know what I mean? Like, you got to pay for it. So it's not a right. You know what I mean? Like, it's an ability that you have if you have the fucking ability to make it happen.
Yeah, it's not a perfect analogy, but I like when people say rights are anything that you could do alone on an island. That's kind of where I get.
I'm not going to dig into an abortion debate because I kind of feel like we're all three on the same page with that. So it's kind of preaching to the choir. Yeah. So I'm not going to.
I'm just okay with killing babies. So yeah, we're not going to have an argument there.
Well, I'm not okay with any state-sanctioned murder at all, whether it be babies or inmates. Sorry, I'm not. I'm pro-life on both accords. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about government overreach due to a false, in my opinion, a false emergency. When this pandemic gets above the flu, then maybe we freak out. But it's not even close.
I mean, total, like, here's a bitch. Like, total right now, we're sitting at about 3% death rate in the United States.
It's hard to get. We're never going to have the real numbers on that. I mean, we will, but it's not going to be anytime soon because we don't know the number of positive cases out there. Well, no, because we don't know what percentage of people have it and are just never going to get tested. It's probably a big number.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. But like, as far as like being tested and people dying, right? You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, individuals who were tested and individuals who died, right? That's the best numbers we have. We're at like 260,000 cases and 6,500 individuals die. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, Frank asked me directly, at Mad Dodge, but did TSA check you out? I went through the body scanner. I took off my shoes, put my everything out of my pockets, put my carry-on bag on the conveyor belt, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
They didn't do the wand. They didn't fucking do what the cops do and fucking feel you up. They didn't do any of that shit. I just stood in a fucking body scanner for 30 seconds. Now, I am a libertarian. And if I traveled a lot, I might be worried about that scanner, you know, but I don't travel a lot, right? So how was this still really an inconvenience? It's
a violation of your civil liberties.
Yeah.
They're literally searching you for, you know, what do they call that? I don't know, some word, some Latin word, but they're searching you with no, you know, evidence to believe you did anything wrong, right? Yeah. And it's the government doing it. It's not like it would be completely different if certain airlines said, like, look, if you want to fly with us, you got to do this, and it was up to you, but it's not up to you.
Yo, it's a violation of fucking habeas corpus. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the situation. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have due process of your fucking rights and shit. You know what I mean? That's really where the mentality is. You know what I'm saying? American people first. Democrats filled a bill with 3 gender shit and corporations get paid for helping the people. That's what I'm talking about. Like, yo, look, man. Yo, never let a fucking tragedy go to waste. You know what I'm saying? I think I was Dick Cheney or fucking some crazy bullshit.
No, Rob Emanuel, never let a good crisis go to waste. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yo, look, that's what politicians do. You know what I'm saying? Like, politicians are fucking dog shit when it comes down to it. You know, they've always been dog shit and they always will be dog shit. Like, that's just the mentality of shit. You know? And like, yo, America's going to become either a socialist nation or we're going to have the boogaloo. It's one of the two. You know what I mean? And like, after we become a socialist nation, then we will have the boogaloo. Like, you got to remember, like, capitalist nations turn into socialist nations. They're going to spend all the fucking gains of the capitalist nation, and then they're going to fucking end up destroying and fucking falling apart. That's the cycle. It just is what it is. And until, like, we learn how to fucking stand here and have respect for ourselves as men and, like, stop fucking, like, trying to give away our fucking power and, like, fucking become complacent about bullshit, which we always do, you know what I mean? It shit will keep happening. Is what it is.
Okay, here's the thing. Yeah, the government will overreach at some point. But Thomas Jefferson said it best. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and pirates. It is a natural manure. It is a natural manure. And you think the good old boys down south, the open carry guys on the West Coast, everybody in the Midwest, are just going to sit back and let that happen. Now,
yeah, yes, I do.
I absolutely do. They could roll up with a tank and mow us down. But how's that going to fucking look on live TV, right? With every YouTuber in the goddamn world broadcasting it.
Yeah, well, look here. Here's the question, right? Legit, here's the real question. Nigga, they sat here on live TV and showed them motherfucking going into Waco, all right? And, like, there was no uprising.
Yes, there was.
There was no uprising.
Oklahoma City was a direct response to Waco and Ruby Ridge.
Yeah, okay. But here's the thing: the people in Waco, they they lost the PR battle before it started. I mean, that's all there is to it. If you can convince people that, I mean, I don't know what was going on with them. I don't really give a shit what was going on with them. I still think it was fucked up what happened. But if you convince a whole bunch of people that like it's a fucking child raping cult, and maybe it was, but you know, due process is a thing. If you convince the court of public opinion of that, though, they're just going to let anything fly, and that's always been how we've been here.
No, the debate is still raging. 2 years ago, I did a show about Ruby Ridge and Waco with Cabbage Patch, rest his soul. I miss him. Yeah, Cabby. Oh, I miss that motherfucker. But him, MC, and a few other guys, and we were screaming at each other about Ruby Ridge and Waco. Screaming at each other. I'm showing footage on screen of them blowing the goddamn building up, and MC's telling me they didn't like that fire. Are you, what, dude?
Yo, but again, like, you see what I'm saying though? Like, yo, you have to remember these boomers legitimately support the government. Like, yo, I had a conversation last night. All right, I had a conversation last night. I was sitting here talking about with somebody, and they tried to, like, I told them, I said, look, once you're done serving your time to the state, you know what I'm saying? Once you're done, like, you know, like you serve your time and you serve your debt to society, like all that shit should go away, and you should be, you know what I mean, a free member of society again. Like all your rights that you had should be restored, you know what I mean? And you should go back to normal life. And they go, oh, well, so you're saying anybody, you know what I mean, just gets charged with a fucking crime, you know what I mean? Like, you know, they're done, you know what I'm saying? Even though they haven't been rehabilitated. And I'm like, yo, that's the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we agreed upon.
What do we consider rehabilitation? Because the American prison system isn't there to rehabilitate you. It's not. It's there to lock you up, and it's there to lock you up in a fucking cage, make you work for 30 cents a goddamn hour for however many years you need to spend there. And if you're on the West Coast, you're going to be fucking segregated to your own race. Yeah, guess what? We have segregation still. Look at the prison system.
Yeah, I explained this earlier, and I don't really care about the nonsense, right? That's not the fucking, stop getting off the fucking topic, right? Like, yo, what I'm saying is this, right? Like, yo, fucking boomers legitimately don't care about freedom. They don't talk about freedom.
They have a lack of imagination. Like, I don't know. I think it was fucking, I'm not necessarily a boomer, but Ian Miles Chong. I think I know what he was getting at, and he made a very veiled statement saying, why haven't all the libertarians been hung yet, right? Because, you know, our position on this is that government shouldn't be doing any of the maneuvers it's doing right now. And it's just an argument from the lack of imagination. We're so used to government doing everything for us that they don't think that we're incapable, especially in today's high-speed technological climate, that we'd be completely incapable of self-organizing if government didn't do it for us.
Well, we have a few people watching. Hey, I have a challenge for you guys watching. I want a meme. Why haven't the libertarians been hung yet? And then I want a libertarian with a gun. This is why.
I think he was saying it metaphorically, but he was saying there's something immoral about that the position in a time of a pandemic. And I was like, no, you're making an argument from the lack of imagination. You think that we just want people to die? Like, it's the same argument. Like, you just want people to die. I mean, no, should we lower the speed limit down to 15 miles per hour?
No, I think what he's really saying, right, is fucking. What he's trying to say is that, like, it's a patently dangerous ideology. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I mean, fucking will get people killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
okay. I would like to address that then. Libertarianism, a dangerous philosophy that will get people killed. Why? Because you need to rely on you and your family.
Yeah. Well, see,
you be a family unit, you work together, and you improve your own life, and you achieve the American dream. Maybe you buy some property somewhere. Maybe you have something to hand down to your fucking kids. Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, what is wrong exactly with individualism? I don't get it.
Look at Bobby B in the motherfucking chat. He said, prison should be removed for removing people who violate individual and property rights from society. I'd rather not give a murderer or a rapist the right to bear arms, maybe lower level crimes, but not violent ones. No, like, we made an agreement in life. Like, all of us made an agreement. The agreement is that once you serve your fucking time and you serve your goddamn fucking, like, your debt to society, you know what I'm saying? It's over with, and you're no longer a goddamn criminal. That's what the rules are.
Look, if you think that murderers and rapists, if you think that they should never get out of prison, that's a different argument. I think I'm with P. If we're gonna let them out, we don't let them out with an asterisk.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like look, like I did a video the other day about child support, right? And I said, look, you know what I mean? There's literally statistics that show, like, if you go to jail with a child support case and come out, right, you have fucking, and you end up with like fucking more than like $5,000 in debt from being in jail, from your child support case. You're going to go back to jail on average 4 fucking times. You know what I mean? That's the reality of things. You know?
Well, okay. Well, then, Pinoid, I have to say it, because society says it. So, you know what? You need to hear it, man. Then wear a fucking condom if you don't want to stick around in the kid's fucking life.
No,
no, because I had custody of my kids in the beginning, dude. And like, I've been there,
responsible parties there. Like, fucking, like, females should be responsible for what goes in and comes out of their vagina. If they have the freedom to stand here and fuck whoever they want, and they have the freedom to kill a baby, and they have the freedom to stand here and take birth control, right? The dude shouldn't be responsible for her fucking actions.
That's the Dave Chappelle argument. It was like, if you have the right to choose, I have the right whether or not to pay for the damn thing.
Well, okay, I could get that argument, right? If you don't want to be a part of the kid's life, then you just peace out completely, and she raises a kid, and the kid doesn't get your last name. But if you want to be a part of that kid's life, you need to step the fuck up. I stepped the fuck up. I went to court. I got full custody of my kid, and I have all my kids. Okay? No, I don't owe anybody child support. All right? There's a reason. Because I made a fucking
you realize you're part of like 1% of all fucking cases.
Well, if more people were proactive, maybe the percentage would be higher.
No way. There's
every man I know that's went to battle with the system has lost.
Yeah, like, look, let me put it like this. I know dudes who have spent $250,000 in court and fucking sat here and came out with visitation rights. That's just reality, dude. The system is literally rigged against you.
Okay, and then how did I win?
Because your mom, the kid's mom's a fucking junkie. That's why.
She wasn't a junkie, but she was a piece of shit. But fair enough.
like legit. Like, it literally takes nothing for victorious in this matter.
What's funny, that's oftentimes not even enough. A friend of mine was trying to get out of. He wasn't even trying to get out of paying child support. He's just saying, "Look, I'm not going to write checks to the mother because I know she's on methamphetamines. The kid is living with her grandparents. If anybody's going to get child support checks, it's going to be your grandparents." And just because she never got caught, right, and her parents wouldn't testify against her, and even though we could prove they were living with, the kid was living with the grandparents, so it shouldn't have necessarily been an issue for the grandparents to accept the checks. The courts, they wouldn't have any of it.
Yeah, like, look, you can't battle with that system. Like, it is what it is. But
he'd even been in and out of rehab. Like, he had that much proof.
I mean, like, the point wasn't for child support, right? Legitimately, like, the point was just like, in general, when you come out of jail, all right, the fact that you have like a fucking collar on you, you have the ability to, like, you don't have the ability to get a decent job or fucking, do anything for yourself or provide for yourself, or fucking any of these type of things. Like, you're still not a fucking citizen inside of this country, even though you served your time and served your debt to society. It creates, and like, literally, like, fucking in my video, I read, like, fucking they have decided to say this creates the underground economy. This creates individuals, dropping into selling drugs and things of this nature because they have no other way to get by. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, you're fucking like they're just getting raped and they can't get a decent job to be able to pay their bills.
Not to mention that, but the only people that you've learned from and talked to are other criminals.
Yeah, it's like yo, and you don't have it like you're not gonna be going to college, you know. like it is what it is, you know. And even if you do get a fucking skill, like you still have to pass a background check for most of these fucking jobs if you have a skill. You know what I mean? Like the crime is still on your fucking jacket. You know, that's the fucking problem. You know what I mean? That's really what the fucking deal is. Like you can't expect somebody to be successful when the state is literally fucking hindering you from doing so. You know, freedom isn't free. You know what I mean? I understand that, like, yo, it's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, freedom is expensive. You know what I mean? Freedom comes at the cost of, like, fucking motherfuckers being uncomfortable and people being put into danger. Like, that's the fucking fact of life. But if you served your time and you get out, you should have the opportunity to be able to fucking be a normal citizen again. And, you know what I mean? Like, fucking get a regular job and do what you have to do without having, you know what I mean, fucking like a business being able to go to the government and go, hey, you know what I mean, did this person commit a crime? Like, doesn't matter.
Well,
like,
okay, here's the thing, though. If I run a bank, I don't want an ex-bank robber as my fucking bank teller. All right? I just don't want that.
I don't care what you want. I don't give a fuck. The government shouldn't help corporations over the goddamn people.
How long is your bank going to stay running when you're hiring a bunch of bank robbers and embezzlers? Because you don't know. Because your personal feelings got in the way of a background check.
Again, I don't care.
You would if you were losing the money and owning the bank. You would
I literally don't care. I wouldn't care. It's been like, yo, legit, I don't care. It's your fucking, yo, like legitimately, you cannot have the government fucking over your citizens. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, sex offender lists.
Only for individuals hiring people who are working with children. And I get like, cause like that's literally like a violation of, you know what I mean? These are children who cannot protect themselves.
I mean, I think if we were talking about children, then we might go like they're never going out on the street again anyway.
Bobby B, no, the government is keeping them out of work because the government are the individuals reporting to the fucking companies.
As they should.
They should not.
No, I'm sorry, even my libertarian views, I have to fight you on this. No. If I'm running a bank, I don't want an embezzler as the guy that opens my safe. I don't want a fucking bank robber as my security guard. I don't want a bank robber as the guy driving the fucking armored car. Are you kidding me right now?
Literally, I don't care. Literally, I don't care what you want. It's not the government's place.
Public records, as Bobby B said. I totally agree. Everything is public. Yes, it is public.
And it shouldn't be. Why should your name get dragged through the mud before your day in court just to begin with?
No, it's after you're convicted, your name is dragged.
No, it is. No, it is not. No, it's not.
They can still find out that if you were ever charged for a crime, even if
I'm gonna tell you like this. Look, legitimately, like yo, I got the paperwork from when I was charged with a crime, and one of the pieces of paperwork is a fucking press release. Because every time the police make a collar and they arrest somebody, whether or not you're convicted, like for instance, like you knew fucking Alex Jones got arrested for DUI. The nigga ain't been to court yet.
Okay, yeah. I was arrested twice for Grand Theft Auto. Not charged either time. I can still go get a fucking job at a car lot, dude. Because I wasn't charged.
Nope. Like I got arrested for fucking aggravated assault and what a whole bunch of whatever bullshit, right? And legitimately, like they dropped the fucking charges. I was never convicted. They dropped the charges, but I've actually had companies tell me that motherfucking it pops on my background check and they couldn't hire me for it.
Well, maybe a violent crime, but like I said, Grand Theft Auto, not once, but twice within 6 months. Both cases dropped. One in Cali, one in Nevada. Now,
see, like, this is no, see, Bobby B, this is the problem, right? Legitimately, this is the issue. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yo, Bear Dog, oh yeah, I'm like, Brad, like, I'm out here to like just make a case for like, you know what I mean, fucking freedom. That's all I'm here to do. You know what I mean? Legit. I'm not on lockdown. I can go do whatever the fuck I want. Like, they have a curfew, I'll go drive if I want to. And I have, and I do. I did it last night. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna do it tonight. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I go outside after dark. I'm not a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it's kind of, here's the deal, right? Legit, Bobby B, the situation is this. I don't care that you think it should be public record, all right? Because it shouldn't be. You know why? Because you're a citizen of this fucking nation, all right? And your rights are just as important as the rights of that fucking bank. And if you served your time to your state or community, whatever the case might be, and you did your time and you fucking paid your fucking bit, you paid your due for committing that crime, they don't get to hold it against you the rest of your life. It's that simple.
okay.
Yo, fuck, go ahead. Argue with me, nigga. Argue with me, nigga.
Once again, perhaps, maybe those 2 Grand Theft Auto cases pop up on background check. It's never stopped me from getting a job anywhere. I sold police equipment. I called police officers all day long after those charges. Not a fucking I was batted, bro. I took a background check so I could fucking get paid by the state to pretty much run a small little daycare thing back like 15 years ago. Not a fucking I batted, bro. Okay, Grand Theft Auto is a Class B or Class A felony, right? I never got charged. You're saying that pops on my background. Maybe nobody gives a fuck because
Well,
I
you
was
didn't get
never
charged. I got charged. I got charged. You know what I'm saying? I was never convicted, right? Charges were all dropped. Now, with that being said, you know what I mean? Like, yo, yeah, you do not have a right to know who has committed what violent crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, legitimately,
Wait,
because
okay,
like,
wait a minute. No, Pinoid. Fuck that. You're okay. You are not. I want to make that preface here. This is a hypothetical, people, and you too. I hope you know that.
I'm not actually like a criminal and shit. Like, fuck.
Exactly. No. But
Still.
let's say you have beaten 4 women and you beat the fuck out of them, right? It was like that elevator fucking footage, right? Fucking bam, bitch. Fuck you. Like repeatedly.
And by the way, I agree with what he did. I completely agree with what he did.
I'm sure you do. But anyway, let's say that happened repeatedly. You're out fucking of prison finally, right? You did a fucking 10-year bid because you did it 4 motherfucking times. You're out.
Yep.
You go and apply for a job at a woman's shelter. Like, they don't need to know you're a woman beater. Come on, dog.
No, they don't. They don't need to know you're a woman beater. Like, yo, fucking like, and I don't understand why, like, if you're the individual who wants to smack a bitch in the fucking mouth, you would want to work at a women's shelter.
So you can smack more bitches in the fucking mouth.
Like, yo, you act like this is something like you want to do. Like 98% of the time when you hit a bitch, it's because you're annoyed that she's in your face. You know what I mean? Fucking okay. So here's the deal: you can report that Harvey Weinstein was convicted of rape. All right, like you can stand here and report that somebody was convicted. Epstein was given a sweetheart deal. No, you can report these type of things, right? This is a different situation. What I'm saying is when you're a private citizen and you're walking around in fucking public and you go to apply for a job after you got out for a crime, it should not pop on your goddamn background afterwards. It's that fucking simple because there are millions. There's 7 million fucking males in this country walking around right now with the goddamn felony on their fucking record. All right. And there's only like fucking 2 million people in all fucking prison. Right. It's that fucking simple. Like legit. Like, yo, but afterwards, like real shit. No, you should not fucking know. You know what I mean? Like, you should not fucking know. Like when it really comes down to it.
All right. And hey, what's up, Ace? How you doing? Okay, but Pinoid, here's the thing, man. the fact remains, if you commit the crime and do the time, yes, when you get out, you should have your right to vote. You should have your right to own a firearm. You should have your constitutional, your God-given rights. But
Yes.
I have the right to know that you're a kitty fucker, right? I have the right to know that you moved to my fucking neighborhood next to my 6
Okay,
kids.
now that's a different that's a whole different animal, and we have shit in place for that type of stuff, right? Like that, I don't have a problem with. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something else. You know, what I mean, that's keeping children safe. I feel where that mentality is, right? But like, as far as like, go ahead.
When it really comes down to it, with the whole fucking kitty dealer thing, it won't be a problem if we just do the right thing and fucking kill them.
Yeah,
I don't believe in state-sanctioned murder, but if a private
Shut the fuck up! No.
if a private citizen created a lynch mob, you know, hey,
I mean, like I think kid fuckers should be handed over to the parents, you know what I'm saying, or fucking, you know what I mean, family members of that fucking child, and they should do with them as they see fit. That's kind of my mentality.
And
you know,
like, because I'll say it like this: I have 2 daughters, and fuck it, allegedly, I have a specific plan to make that motherfucker last like 2 fucking weeks. To fucking allegedly feel all the fucking pain in the world
in Minecraft.
Yes, exactly. And like fucking like no, make sure the police get to him before I do, because nope, just nope, fucking motherfucker, you don't even want to go there. Like no. But yes, I'm all for the fucking mentality when it comes to that bullshit.
Bobby.
You don't believe in the right of the private business owner to know who he's hiring? Because we're talking about rights.
Well, yeah. So he actually has no right to it. Here's the thing: do you have a right for people to? Should the government keep track of this without sealing the information at some point? I think they probably should seal it at some point, but it doesn't stop private citizens from maintaining records of that information, and it doesn't stop companies from seeking that information from other private companies. Certainly, if they report incorrectly on you, you should have the right to seek damages and things like that, which I believe happens already, actually quite a bit. But as far as rights go, I mean, you don't have a right for that company not to find that out, and you don't have the right for that company to not know. I think there's just a thing about whether or not government should keep this information publicly available for extended periods of time. Particularly, like, let's say you're a nonviolent offender, or let's say, okay, you go in for like petty, you're in there for drug possession or drug dealing, and you were pretty young or whatever. Like, how long really do you want that on your record before it's just sealed, and anything unless that company is keeping records of the databases themselves, like a private company, like is there any reason for the government to still keep that on record after you get out in 5 years?
So
I understand the point, and Ace, I'll let you go in a second. Sorry. I understand the point here. You do your time for the crime, you get out, and you should have, because when you get out, they require you to get a job on parole, and they require you to do this and that, and you can't get a job. I get where you're coming from, but I hate to be a dick. How about you don't break the fucking law in the first place? How about you don't kill that? How about you don't break that
fucking dumb boomer mentality, dude? Okay, legit, because you could have easily got railroaded for them fucking 2 Grand Theft Autos, and we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
All right, Pinoy. So check this out. Here's one of the things, right? With all this talk about like, do employers look at the record and whatnot, right? I'm a fucking small business owner. Pinoy fucking knows this. I've talked about my fucking small business.
Yeah, the nigga sells pumpkin spice scented candles and shit. I mean,
yeah, like, right. But we do more than just the fucking candles and whatnot. And like, it's gotten to the point now where I've actually had to consider fucking employing other fucking people. So with that being said, fucking, if somebody like Pinoy, like, let's just throw a fucking, not just Pinoy, but let's throw a hypothetical out there of somebody who fucking, it turns up that they fucking had drug dealing in their fucking background and whatnot. Honestly, I look at him and go, All right. So you know how to market things. You know how to fucking sell things, right? Like, are you still into that life? No? All right, cool. We could fucking set you up and we could fucking get you fucking selling the right fucking products. As long as you push it the same way that you did fucking selling drugs, you're fucking good to go. I don't give a fuck about your fucking background. I don't give a shit if you fucking shot somebody and fucking killed somebody. What I give a fuck about is your work ethic, how the fuck you are as an individual, and I can fucking determine that easily within a fucking interview with you. Just
Well,
sitting down and talking to you for 10 minutes.
Ace, there's lots of companies, lots of construction companies, lots of other companies that specifically hire felons. Why? Because they know how to work. And if you keep them working, they won't go break the fucking law. And Pinoid, you're right. In Cali, the whole ride to jail, right? They were telling me, you're going to go to San Quentin, white boy. They're going to tear your ass up. And you're right. I could have went to San Quentin. And we probably wouldn't be talking because I'd probably be fucking dead. You're right. But still, you're out there fucking raping bitches like you're Mike Tyson on fucking Saturday night. You don't expect to go to fucking jail. There's this thing called DNA, people.
Yo, look, I don't. Why would you bring that up? That has nothing to do with the conversation.
Yeah,
No, it does, because I'm not going to hire a rapist. I'm going to hire, a guy for manslaughter, accidentally shot his friend. I have a friend that happened to. He spent 4 or 5 years at OSP, Oregon State Penn. He's a cool guy. I'd hire him to work on my house, right?
Okay.
Yo,
Am I going to hire him to be my gunsmith? No. I would like to know why he went to prison.
Yo, again, like okay. See, here's the problem, right? You're looking at it as like, it's just your decision, right? Like, the vast majority of these businesses that don't hire felons don't do it because like insurance companies won't let them hire felons or even people with a misdemeanor, right? And like that's for insurance regulations and purposes and shit of this nature. You know what I'm saying? That's like, and that's kind of the situation. Is like, look, if you like, you have to be able to have this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Even though charges were dropped, I have the same fucking problem with my shit too. You know what I mean? It happened like 4 or 5 years ago.
It's not just that though. You're talking about major fucking corporations versus small fucking businesses,
and even some small businesses too.
In some small businesses, yeah, it depends on the severity of the crime, but at the same time, most small businesses are fucking honest. Like, hey, like, yeah, that shit popped up on your record. Like, just fucking talk to me about it. Be honest about it, because if you can be honest about it for fucking 2 minutes and tell me what the fuck happened, then I go, all right, you at least fucking are honest enough to talk about it now, where you're not gonna fucking hide shit now later down the road.
I think what you're underestimating is the number of companies out there that they don't do their own background checks, right? They don't even, a lot of them don't even initially hire their own candidates. They're paying these other companies to pre-screen, and if anything comes up, nobody calls you and says, "Hey, what was this assault charge that got dropped all about?" Right? It could have just been something absolutely ridiculous, and if you told them the story and gave them more additional case files, they would be like, "Oh yeah, that's insane. You really had nothing to do with it. No wonder they dropped the charges." But some of these companies will just have it set, pre-mode that like, that candidate's gone because they've got plenty of candidates, right? They've got plenty of other people they can interview, and they're just going to skip past you.
I'm not underestimating that, because at one point in time I did work for Noodles and Company, which is a major, like what they like to call fast casual restaurant. And fucking, I was a part of the hiring fucking process, bringing new people on board and whatnot. Well, when they did a background check, so we wouldn't get the background check back for a month after we started initiating the fucking process. So by that time, they're already fucking hired. They're already fucking doing their thing, and yeah. because we did fucking outsource it. So they're already hired, they're already getting a state paycheck, and because something popped up in the record, they're like, well, we need to let them go because company policy, blah 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 blah. Like, fuck your corporate policy. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, we actually sat down, talked to the fucking dude or chick, and like you could tell what type of individual. Like, people fucking underestimate the importance of that fucking interview, that initial fucking interview. I could tell who the fuck you are, what the fuck you're about, within 5 minutes of fucking meeting you in an interview.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put it like this though, right? Like, I've done the same thing, and I've gone to interviews and I knocked the interview out of the box. You know what I'm saying? Like, I handle my business. Yo, goddamn, nigga, you can clean. But fucking, like, yo, like, I've knocked the interview out of the box to the point where, like, I was standing here and I fucking like, I come back in and the dude's like fucking apologizing to me profusely. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude's like, yo, man, fucking give me your number. Like, fucking, I'm gonna help you find another job. These other types of things. You know what I mean? And like, it's for charges that were dropped. I was never convicted of nothing. And that's how the court system's supposed to work. If the shit's dropped, like, it's not even supposed to be like, in order to get it expunged off my record, I have to pay somebody $5,000 in order to fucking get it locked off. And these are problems with the system to where, like, it shouldn't even be on my record to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't, like, legit, like, these things shouldn't even be on there. And like, if you went and say, like, even if I got convicted of like an assault charge, whatever the case might be, right? You know, because like, you know, most motherfuckers, you know, when you're a kid, you're catching us. Like, I call it an assault charge when I was a juvie and shit, you know, like fucking, and if I had been a year and a half, 2 years older, you know, I mean, it would have been an assault charge as an adult. And these like bullshit Jones from when you was a pup popping up from when, you know, I mean, when you're 25, 30 years old, you're a whole different human being at that point. That's something that should not happen. You know what I mean? Like, legitimately.
Yeah,
And it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
Well,
because
well, first off, those are clean clothes behind me that need to be folded later. It's chores. Second, I still think that as a business owner, you have the right to know who you're hiring. And if you don't feel comfortable hiring them, then you shouldn't. And we have lots of laws in place to make the employer hire you even when they feel uncomfortable. Okay?
Yeah, but like, they go around those laws.
As they should, because those laws shouldn't be there.
No, but the government shouldn't be fucking standing here holding information about somebody who is already. The agreement is, it's very simple. Yo, the agreement is that, yo, look, we have a justice system. All right. Like, yo, you have the right to, you know what I'm saying, fucking, to an attorney. You have a right to be fucking represented fucking properly. You have a right to your day in fucking court. And if you lose, you go to jail and you fucking stand here and you serve your time. And when you get the fuck out, all right, and you walk off your street time for probation, whatever the case might be, the crime, you are no longer motherfucking under the state's jurisdiction. You have served your fucking time and served your debt to society. You've paid back your fucking restitution, whatever the case might be, right? You've done all this shit. So once that's done with, you and the state should be done with this matter. You're done. All right. You should not have the state being able to sit here and hand out fucking shit to private businesses or other private citizens about you, because literally you've already done what you're supposed to do and you've served your time and you've been punished for your fucking crime. That's the fucking agreement. And if that agreement is violated, then that fucking whole system holds no weight, and we shouldn't be allowed to, we shouldn't be fucking standing here utilizing that system anymore.
Yeah, Tom, I got a question. I just want to be clear. So I completely get what you're saying about what the government should do. What if private companies are just storing as much records as they can get on people? Maybe it's through reporting, police releases, or whatever. So what if private companies are storing information, not the government, and companies are getting that information from private companies?
I'm cool with it as long as it's convictions and it's not arrests. Right. Like, yo, I personally don't think that, like, there should be any reports of your arrests until you're fucking convicted. Like, and I'm gonna tell you why. There was a dude up here and fucking, he sat here and he was asleep in his house and his wife got murdered out back. All right. And fucking he lost his job and he lost his house, and he spent $250,000 defending himself in fucking court. And he spent 3 days in a fucking holding cell without a bathroom, and he pissed and shit himself. The police hit him with fucking phone books and the whole nine. You know how that one works. You know, I mean, they basically tortured this fucking dude. And when it was all over, it came out that there was literally a fucking guy going up and down the highway in a truck with a fucking ninja suit on, killing motherfuckers. And like, it was part of like a fucking serial killer thing. Right. And when it was all over, the DA said, one of the reporters looked at the DA and said, hey, man, you know what I mean, fucking should, you know what I mean, like, should you apologize to that dude? The DA said, nah, man, we're going to fucking, that was Ed Marsico. He said, nah, man, we're going to, you know, we fucking did what our job is supposed to be. Right. And that's this here. All right. He would not have lost his job. He would not have fucking stood here and lost his house. And he would still be at least, I mean, he'd be without his wife, but he'd at least have the opportunity to earn a fucking living. And today the guy has a hard time finding work and fucking still, you know what I mean, is living in like a fucking 2-bedroom apartment, or, you know what I mean, not with a whole lot of shit. You know what I mean, he's having a hard time rebuilding his life because they reported some shit that said that, like, basically, you know what I mean, he's like, oh, man, put up his mugshot, said arrested, you know what I mean, suspicion of murder for his wife, right? When this dude here legitimately didn't do it. And for every one man you do that to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of on that level of where it's, you know, if 100 fucking guilty people go free so that one innocent man doesn't go to prison, that is the basis of our jurisprudence system and shit. You know,
no, I can agree with that point, but here's the thing, though. You have the other side of the coin. You have people like OJ who are going to buy the best lawyers on the face of the planet.
I don't care.
Get out of murder. And then come out with a book. If I would have killed her, this is how I would have done it.
I don't care. I don't fucking care.
You don't care that there's a murderer running around Nevada.
No, I don't.
I don't either.
100 men go free. 100 guilty men go free. So one innocent man doesn't end up in jail. What don't you understand about the cost of freedom, Mr. Libertarian?
And Bobby has a point. So you could rob the register at a dozen jobs in a row, and that 13th employer has no right to know about, about the robbery because he's going to
have to report. Look, seriously, like, you can go on that motherfucker's credit file and find out where the fuck he worked at before that, and fucking call his goddamn last employer and find out why he got fucking let go.
Yeah, and not just that. Okay, so there's certain systems in place where fucking, like, if you're working at something like, and I'll refer back to fucking Noodles and Company, that they'll literally fucking blacklist somebody. And Noodles and Company, it's not its own entity. It's obviously owned by a larger corporation of a larger corporation. And that's how a lot of the restaurant industry is. And they will fucking blacklist somebody. So when you go to apply, you have your fucking name out there, you have an address, you have social security numbers for fucking tax forms, and so yeah, I mean, you could fake it, but it's only gonna last for 2 to possibly 3 different fucking applications, and then you have to redo it. So they're gonna reuse that fucking number. So somebody comes in, and when you run it through the fucking system up through corporate, they're going to go, no, like, we need to kick it back. And, like, the local law enforcement will be fucking informed that, like, this is a problem individual. And fucking, we did have individuals that were fucking known for robbing or fucking stealing shit. And as soon as they fucking applied, like, if their name fucking hit our system, we just forward it to the fucking local department and be like, hey, they applied to us, and this is what they're going by now, and but it's the same address, or it's the same name, different address, different things like that. So people don't understand how much that in tandem works.
Well, here's another thing. Hang on. Here's another thing, Bobby B. First off, what's your first thing, right? Fucking, you know who doesn't care, really? People who haven't committed crimes don't care that it's public record that people that have committed crimes, and why would we? Because, you know what? They didn't say nothing, you know what I'm saying, when they came for the motherfucking Roman Catholics, because they weren't Roman Catholics. They didn't say nothing about the motherfucking, they didn't say nothing about, you know what I mean, the rabbis, because, you know what I mean, they weren't fucking rabbis. They didn't say nothing about the trade unionists because they weren't trade unionists. They didn't say nothing about the Jews because, you know what I'm saying, they weren't Jewish. And when they came for them, you know what I'm saying, nobody stood for them.
Okay.
It's that fucking simple. Number one. And number two, around here, like, yo, if you work for a retail employer now, like a grocery store or whatever, they actually have a register of employees, right? Fucking in their fucking records that they search every time they hire a new candidate to find out fucking information about their fucking work history, their fucking fucking attendance, and like fucking any fucking problems that they had. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so and Bobby B also just said in the chat, no, you can't. The former employer cannot state anything that could jeopardize a potential employee's new job. They can't say negative things, just positive, or hire and leave dates. In my state, at least, and my state was the same, right? So I was a manager for a few different restaurants, and I would get those phone calls of like, would you hire this person? Would you not hire them? No, what was their work ethic? Different things like that. And the way I would handle it, if it was a employee that I was like, nope, no fucking way would they ever come back, like, talk about their negative shit or anything like that, what I would do is be like, you know what? I can't give you the specifics about that individual, but why don't you ask me how the weather is doing today? And the other person would take like 2 seconds and be like, oh, aha. So what's the weather like? It's very fucking stormy, and you're definitely going to get some lightning storms, and it's going to be a complete and utter shit show for your area. And they'd be like, oh, okay, so like this is somebody I shouldn't even fuck with, I shouldn't even deal with. So there's ways of working around it. If you know how to linguistically put it out there, a lot of managers are smart where they'll fucking eyeball those different things automatically, and this is why I said the interview process is fucking key. Because you could pick out certain fucking elements of the individual within 5 to 10 minutes of fucking meeting them.
Yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing, though. You guys are railing on about how, oh my God, you have a misdemeanor, you can't get a job. You have a felony, you can't get a job. Man, okay, I was 22 years old, right? I needed a job. I'm looking through the fucking ads, and it's like open interviews, Burrito Brothers, 2 o'clock to 4. I show up at 1:30, looking nice, right? Ready for an interview. I hand them the application. The room has 3 people in it. 3. And I'm half an hour early. They look at it and go, yeah, we'll call you if we want to do an interview. I'm like, I thought there was open interviews. They're like, no, we're full. And I kind of glance around. I'm like, really? They're like, yeah. Okay. I go to leave and then I stop at the door and she throws my application in the garbage. Now, why was that? Was that because I was white? Probably. Because they didn't do a background check, my friend. So you're okay with that discrimination? But God forbid we know if the bank teller I just hired embezzled $200,000 from the last bank that she worked at.
You know what? I think it's a lot of us are on the boat that we don't necessarily care that places go out and seek that information. We just don't want the government to hold it over you your entire life. I think there's a disconnect there, and I think there would probably be room for private businesses to track things that were serious enough that corporations wouldn't want to know. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about all that, but I just want to make my exit real quick because it's getting late for me, and even though I am working from home, I do have a meeting at 7 in the morning, so I got to get out of here.
All right, my brother. As always, it's nice fucking hanging out with you. Maybe we can do something fucking Saturday or Sunday night.
Yep, thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, no, Excel. I got a new computer, 16 gigs of RAM and shit. I have my new internet box coming, high speed internet. Finally, it finally got up in the Cascades. Woohoo! So I'm gonna try and use OBS and shit. So you should come around more often. Thanks
Right on, man.
I appreciate it. And no, I'm okay with private companies looking after it, kind of. Isn't that sort of doxing though? Like, don't we get into the doxing aspect at that point?
Well, like I don't know about doxing, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of not really the situation, you know what I mean? But like I still want to address some shit in the fucking chat. Bear Dog said maybe felons would be felons if they could get good proper employment. Just a thought. Well, I'm gonna put it like this, right? Like I did a video yesterday, right, about fucking child support and the destruction of society, right? Fucking and out of or something like I think like 9 million fucking child support cases right now in the United States. Fucking there's like 1.5 million individuals who are imprisoned, right, with a child support case. So like, you know, if there's like 15-20% of individuals, you know what I'm saying, who, you know what I mean, are fucking going to jail behind having a fucking, you know, like who have a child support case, maybe that's the problem. It's Pinoid News. Pinoid, PNOID space news. Look it up on YouTube. I'm not really in the chat, you know what I mean? Fucking somebody else wants to fucking throw it in. Good luck, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like that's kind of the mentality, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do and shit. But fucking like, yeah, like I just it's raw numbers, you know what I mean? Legitimately, like there's a lot of people who go into, you know what I mean, the underground economy because of the fact that they can't make enough to survive, you know, inside of this fucking country and shit. You know what I mean? That's kind of the situation. Right. You know what I mean? Like fucking like there's a lot of shit out here. And you have to remember, like, this is the other half about this. You know, you said about people starting a landscape or construction business for themselves. Like, there's a lot of people who aren't that intelligent. You know what I mean? Like, you got to remember, like, the vast majority of human beings, like half of human beings in the United States are below 100 IQ, right? So, like, they're not that fucking smart, You know what I'm saying? So when it really comes down to it, like, you have to look at it in that manner. You know what I mean? Like, like, you know, motherfuckers who aren't that intelligent need to just get a fucking employment, get a job. They need to be able to work for somebody. And you can't constantly have a jacket on you that's going to fucking stand here and pop every time you go to fucking, you know what I mean, get a fucking whatchamacallit. So you can't look at people like you can't go, oh man, I'm smart, so everybody else should just be as smart as me or be able to do what I can do. A lot of people aren't going to be able to do what you can do. You know what I mean? Like, it just, that's a fact of life.
That is true. I find myself I was arguing with a certain individual that runs a channel who happens to be a black supremacist. He happens to think that the state of Mississippi should be all African American, and that they should just do their own thing.
I'm with that.
And self-segregate. I was having an argument with him, and it got to the point where I just knew that he wasn't listening to the words I was saying. He was listening to my race, right? He's not listening to you. He's looking past you and thinking you're the white devil. So I just went, you know what? I'll make this easy for you. My family fought in the Civil War. They fought for the Confederacy. They owned a plantation home and they owned slaves. Now you could really hate me. Go ahead. Let me have it. Let's go. I mean, what can you do with these people when they're so fucking dim-witted that they can't understand the English language?
All right. So I kind of want to circle back to something that fucking Pino was talking about. And I think that he might slightly agree with me, but heads when it comes to things like fucking somebody, you know, let's say you got fucking pop for fucking being a drug dealer. Well, you have the fucking mentality of knowing marketing, you know how to sell something, you know what the fucking worth is, the value, you could do fucking mathematical fucking equations real quickly in your head. And I think to me personally, this goes back to the fucking public education system. People don't know what their fucking worth is, and people are being so fucking dumbed down in fucking school that when they go, oh, fucking school doesn't make sense to me. School is fucking, holding me back, blah, blah, blah. But like they have this great potential. You're like, you see people who are fucking smart as fuck, drug dealers. And I use that as one of the main examples. And like you could use other examples of fucking people who fucking use different means of selling products or moving products or different shit like that. But at the same time, what it really boils down to is none of these motherfuckers know exactly what their fucking worth is and how to use it, but they know they're smart as fuck. And they know how to use a fuck out of the dumb people too. They know
Yeah.
they have fucking pushers. They know they can fucking have 5 people caught up and still doesn't fucking come back to them. So the public
Well,
education system doesn't fucking uplift people. It fucking either holds them at the same level or pushes them down.
well, no, you're absolutely right. And here's the thing. Hey, I sold weed long enough to call it a career. It was over 15 years, right? From 16 to like 30, right
How
before
dare
it got
you?
legalized.
How fucking dare you? You are fired, sir.
Well, hey, here's the thing. Yeah, if I got caught, it would have been a fucking straight up tripped OSP. Yeah, but here's the difference, right? When I'm arguing about the background checks and shit, if you are dumb enough to get caught, you deserve to fucking know you got caught. I'm sorry. I sold weed for 15 years. There is pictures by a fucking helicopter, right? Where I was setting up the fucking tarp over a grow site for medical. It was straight legal, right? That's how we got out of it. And I wasn't there when the raid happened. And the raid was awesome because they left with 0 plants. Great time. But the pilot's eyes were blue. Okay. The pilot's eyes were blue. There's snapshots of me setting up tarps over plants because it started raining. Here's the thing. We went from fronting a quarter on credit to hiring 2 people to sell for us and never got caught, never got messed with. Just chilled, drank our beer, hung out, and sold a little weed ourselves just for fun because it was our thing. And we let our people do the work for us. That is what I call a company. Any drug dealer could run a company.
One of the things that you're forgetting about that, okay, at the low level, is let's say somebody gets fucking pinched. There are people that will fucking flip and then fucking rat on you. So let's say that you're pushing at that fucking level, right? And like you're the main guy that everybody goes to get their QPs and shit. But somebody fucking pinches you and they do all that fun jazz. You do your fucking time. It wasn't you who fucking ended up fucking getting caught up because it was one of your boys who fucking. And so like this is a thing within that fucking game, right? So you have to also realize that, right? So with that, like, yeah, you want to say like if you're fucking smart enough, you'll never get caught, but you're taking away the human aspect of them facing fucking serious time or being threatened with serious time, and then they're gonna end up flipping on you. So then that's something else that you have to take in consideration. Like, if I know a motherfucker that fucking was pushing fucking several keys for fucking years and he got caught up fucking came out fucking 15 years later for distribution and fucking was like, hey man, fucking like I'm down on my luck, I fucking need a job, like, do you have anything for me? Be like, yeah, like, hey, market this shit for me, like we're fucking good to go. I get it, like you didn't fucking flip, like you were fucking doing your fucking thing and one of your boys just fucked you over. It is what it is. So you also have to retain the human aspect of it as well.
Well, that's true. You don't get too big for your britches, right? I had two guys I trusted.
Yeah,
I
look, man, look. This is, look, seriously. The fact that you made a statement of like, yo, if you're dumb enough to get caught, you deserve what you get. Like, that's patently ridiculous in the fucking drug game. Like, yo, it really, like, that's like, I can't believe a fucking drug dealer would do some dumb shit like that.
No, Penoid.
No, it is.
No, check it out. Check it out. All right. I can tell you
ridiculous.
I can tell you 3 instances where I would
look, seriously, like, bro, like you've never see, that's the problem. Like, you only sold weed too. That's the other half. Like, yo, when you're out here moving like soft and hard white and ready rock and shit, like, bro, like, it's you're dealing with fiends. Like, yo, fiends is unpredictable. Like, them motherfuckers is like, yo, they'll pop you on some nonsense. Niggas try to push you off your square. Motherfuckers be calling, dropping dimes on you and shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it just, man, it's fucking legitimately retarded.
They will straight up fucking give fucking fiends the money to go fucking get the low guy, so that way they can fucking hit the mid guy to fucking high guy. Like, fucking law enforcement don't give a fuck. Like,
they got drones and shit now.
No, check it out. Yeah. No, I did fuck with harder stuff for a little while. It was stupid, really was. All right. It was dumb.
It was fun.
And, and it was fun, but it was dumb. But the thing is, we were hanging out at the spot, right? Because the dealer was like my best friend. So I was there clearing house and shit. And the cops were outside with their little listening equipment. And he saw him. So we got high. And then we walked out there and knocked on the glass. Hey, guys, you want some coffee? I mean, it was shit like that. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was small town America, right? So
that is small town America, because that's the bitch. Like, I've legitimately, like, I got pulled over with shit on me and had the cops pull me out of the car and beat me savagely and take my shit.
And notice he didn't say that he got arrested. They just took his shit. So you know what the fucking law enforcement is about right there.
Yo, it's a whole there's whole different animals, like shit that you're not like, oh, you get popped, you're fucking stupid. Like, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, you were allowed to operate. You know what I mean? Like, yo, they just legitimately didn't fucking give a fuck, and they didn't give enough of a fuck about what the hell you were doing because of where you lived. Like, yo, if you lived in a different area, like, bro, like, you would have got fucking wrapped up immediately. You know what I mean? Because, like, the cops stand here and, like, fucking, they have people who they fucking want to be selling the motherfucking trees and shit. Or they want to be motherfucking moving that way because they have motherfuckers who are already paying them and shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it's a whole different animal in, like, a lot of different parts of this fucking country. Like, yo, it's like, don't stand here and, like, this is the problem with this fucking mentality, like, comparing yourself to everybody the fuck else. You have to look at it from a fucking aspect of fucking freedom and not an aspect of motherfucking, like, standing here going, oh, man, you know, you deserve what you get. Like, oh, fuck you. That's fucking dumb. That's a fucking asshole thing to say. And I'll be real with you.
Hey, I am an asshole, and so are you. That's why we get along.
I am.
But here's the thing.
Like,
hey, wait a minute. Here's the thing, though. You're right. I'm comparing my own personal experiences to other places in the country, and that's not fair. It's not. But from my experience, dude, there's been 3 separate times, right? Me and my partner, Dave, were headed down the stairs, right? Everybody got in a fight. Yeah, everybody got in a fight, big party. We're headed down the stairs after I was yelling, where's my fucking weed and shit? He's got the digi. I have the ounce. I got an open 30 rack in my hand. Eugene Police Department. Freeze. I slide the beer on the ground and go, you got me. They're like, was that you yelling about marijuana? Me? No, I would never do such a thing. Can I leave? Yes. Well, no, actually, they're like, were you in the fight? I'm like, do I look like I was in a fight? Can I leave? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. They had me dead to rights, dude. An ounce and a digital scale on my partner. That's a felony. We're headed to prison. They let us walk away. So here's the thing. If you could talk your way through something, then you're good. If you're going to sell drugs, be a con man too.
Yo, look,
So,
man, seriously, like,
I'm- I mean-
you weren't a con man. Like, yo, you had cops that were fucking either dumb or not doing their fucking jobs. All right. Like, yo, if they were really gonna fucking stand here and pinch somebody with some nonsense, they would have pinched somebody with some nonsense. Like, they would, like, yo, dude, I legitimately, like, yo, fucking got banged for like curfew as a juvie and got fucking pinched. You know what I'm saying?
Like what Pinot was saying is like you gotta recognize like what the fuck the difference is. Like moving out from like those major urban centers and like going out to the fucking suburbanite to fucking the country area. Like it sounds like you had some good country shit. Like I would get some shit from fucking Chicago, move out to the suburbs, and then go out to the country. One time I got fucking sapped. And fucking, they're like, all right, where are you moving? I was like, well, I'm not moving shit. They're like, bitch, don't fucking lie to me. If you're moving, just tell me and fucking, we can make a fucking deal and you can move on. I'm like, all right, cool. So I got a fucking rocker powder for you. What you want? And they go, give me the powder. So I gave them a fucking key, not knowing that I had 6 other keys on me. And fucking, their dumbasses went for the fucking key that was already fucking pre-cut. So they basically got fucking next to nothing. And then fucking I got out towards the fucking suburbs more, and they're like, "Hey, what you got fucking out?" I was like, I gave fucking my people as I was fucking coming out this fucking area a key, but I got some tree. Like, fucking I got fucking a QB if you're good for that. And they're like, no, yeah, you're good for the next fucking county. And just keep fucking moving up, moving up, moving up. And like that's the way the fuck I fucking grew up. Moving shit, fucking doing shit like, hey, here's the key here, here's the QP there, like fucking like my plates are fucking good to go. Whatever. Shut the fuck up, keep fucking moving. I'm like, so like me and fucking Tom, the way that we fucking grew up, like we made fucking deals fucking left and right. And like we were fucking good to fucking go. Like we were moving massive fucking weight, but like going, oh yeah, no, I just slid this beer over here and like I maybe have some weed. Like, no, bitch, like you got
Dude, you're acting like you're acting like I wasn't making money, dude. I made enough money.
I'm not saying that.
College, bro.
I'm not.
I'm like, yo, we're not saying that. Like, yo, what I'm saying is this, right? Like, legitimately, like, yo, look, the whole point of this is that, like, legit, as a pup, when you're out here living this life, and you were old still living this life, but like, fucking, as a pup, when you're out here living this life and doing what you got to do because you got to make extra money because at 18, when you're going like the real fucking labor market, as far as shit's concerned, you don't have any real discernible fucking skills, and school don't teach you fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you have to like stand here and get your fucking, you have to get your mentality proper. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, you got to stand here and understand it. Like, all right, oh, there we go. Sorry, I fucking got a message from somebody fucking distracting me. Like, yeah, so like, fucking, if you get popped at 18 on some nonsense, it shouldn't be something that stays on your fucking record till you're 50. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be standing here like fucking worried about like some dumbass nonsense fucking bust you got when you were 18, 19 years old. You know what I mean? Still banging on your fucking record. You having to deal with it fucking talking to some fucking employer. You know what I mean? At 35, 40 fucking years old. It's kind of where the mentality is.
Nice wrap around. Yeah. All right. In other news, right? President Trump is going to crack down on Caribbean drug smugglers. Why? Really? Is that our best interest right now? Do we really care? Like, nobody's even on the streets to buy the drugs, right? Even drug dealers don't want to fucking.
I am, motherfucker. Like, who the fuck is that on the fucking street? Like, have you met your local fucking crackhead? Like, they are fucking 2 fucking haircuts away from being Karen. Like, the fuck?
Right? Like, seriously, even the fucking dealers are like, nope, I ain't talking to you. You got the corona. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
No.
So, what the fuck?
No, see, that's the thing. Like the Karens or the fucking crackheads are 2 steps away from the Karens because they're about ready to talk to the fucking manager to get the big load, so that way they fucking just could sit in their fucking house instead of getting their fucking left shoe, fucking selling it to the fucking pawn dealer, and then getting their 15 cents to make up for their fucking rock that they didn't fucking get earlier that day. Like,
Yo, I got it. Yo, I'll be back, man. I gotta go take a shit.
All right.
I, you know,
But no, seriously though. Like, so right now, the whole country is on lockdown, and the president's like, "Hey, I'm just gonna send the Navy to the Caribbean to fuck with some drug dealers." What? Why? Why?
okay,
Like,
well,
why do we even give a fuck right now?
we give a fuck because okay, we give a fuck because the reason being is this is a vulnerable time. Like, and like, unfortunately, this is where my like, oh, very political, fucking like PC, fucking military sounding fucking voice comes out. Of this is an important time because it seems like our nation is weak and we're not protecting the certain aspects that we do need to protect. And the main focus is on the coronavirus. Absolutely. I understand why the main focus is on that. Yes.
I don't. I still don't. Like, you can't convince me that it's the end of the world. I don't believe you. I think the sky is falling and you're Chicken Little. I don't know. I don't believe you. It's not the end of the world.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Did I say that the sky was falling? Did I say that to end the world? Or
I
anything like
wasn't
that?
saying you. I'm saying the media. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no. The
I can't
media.
buy it, you people. Like, even President Trump, 200,000 people might die in the
That
next 2 weeks. Yeah, fucking right, motherfucker. Dude, 200,000 people might die if you cut off my beer supply. All right, then we're gonna have a fucking problem.
no, that's actually a pretty accurate estimate. And that estimate isn't just coming from him. That's actually coming from the World Health Organization. That's coming from
Oh, you
CDC.
trust the world? You trust the World Health Organization? Really? That's like calling Al Gore for fucking climate advice. All right, I'm not buying it, dude.
Okay,
That's like calling the UN
hold
to stop rapes when they have blue hats on. Okay,
okay.
not doing
on.
it.
So, Madaj, give me one instance where they said something and they were completely wrong, just like he said with Gore.
Okay, malaria. 0 deaths in America from malaria for the last like fucking I don't know how many years. Oh, but the South is supposed to be full of it, right?
No,
About tuberculosis.
that's not what. No, that's not what they said. You're conflating different things, but okay. You're starting to sound like an anti-vaxxer because you're conflating a bunch of different things and going, the World Health Organization is horrible. They want us to just be under their control.
Okay, no. I'm saying that they overrate stuff. Okay, like it's like Scotty on Star Trek, the original series. Hey, how long will it take to fix the warp engines? About 5 hours, sir. Okay. 2 hours
Okay,
later, it's fixed. You're a
so
fucking genius.
all right, so the UN, the CDC, and the WHO did ring those alarm bells about how
The
detrimental
CDC
this.
has an evacuation plan for a zombie apocalypse. Don't fucking talk to me about the
Okay,
CDC, buddy. Okay.
I you could yell over me. That's great. That's awesome. I mean, it's gonna uplift your YouTube channel so detrimentally. But so you look at them actually talking about this respiratory illness, right? and them actually ringing the alarm bells back even in January. And nobody wanted to do anything about it, right? And then the infection rate, from what we know of, has mutated twofold. But you don't want to hear that because that's part of the WHO and that's part of the CDC and the UN, and fuck them, right? Because they're all evil fucking bastards, and fuck any sort of medical science. But let me keep going before you fucking go off on your little tangent. So they all predicted that these numbers would happen and that it would get worse before it gets better. Of the infection rate, the symptoms, the asymptomatic, and the actual symptomatic. And nobody took it seriously. And everybody went, oh, well, we're going to just buy our toilet paper and just move on to the fucking next thing. And we're still going to go out and we're going to fucking jack off on fucking rails of the fucking public transport and different things like that. It's like, whatever, right? And now that's gotten to a point where there's over fucking 1 million people infected. There's going to be possibly, keyword possibly, 1 million deaths to 3 million deaths that they predicted back in fucking January from this virus. Nobody wants to fucking agree with it, and they all want to go, oh, well, it's all some sort of public fucking scare. Nobody saw it coming. It's all bullshit.
Can I talk now?
Go for it.
Okay, first off, I was trying to tell you your mic's breaking up a little bit, so you might want to adjust it. I was trying to help you out. Second, once again, I'm being labeled as somebody who's running out, breaking quarantine, and pissing all over the place and laughing at people as I do it. Now, that would be hilarious.
Do it.
It would be great.
Do it.
I might even wear a face mask and make it really funny. But no,
Dude,
I
have a plague. I have a plague doctor's mask, a unicycle, and Corona beers. That I literally fucking hand out the beers while wearing the plague doctor's mask and riding around on a unicycle. So, like, I enjoy the fun.
Yeah, see, but no, all right. Other than my wife going to the store, going to work when she had work, which is now shut down, or going to her mother's house, we have stayed quarantined. I have listened. Okay. That being said, yeah, the World Health Organization is full of shit. They are. Sorry, they are. And if you think 200,000 people are going to die in a week and a half, dude, really? Really? The reports from my state alone are 110.
You're looking at one state. One state, one territory. One state, one territory versus look at something like Italy, who wasn't taking it seriously. How many deaths do they have now?
Okay, you're right. But
yeah, I know I'm right.
Well, no, but aren't Americans taking it seriously? So don't
No, they're not. No, absolutely not. They are not taking it seriously. They are not taking it seriously.
We're all at home, dude. And we're giving the government complete overreach.
No. We are not taking it seriously. And here's one of the reasons why I'll tell you that we're not taking it seriously. All right. So I live on the Kentucky-Tennessee border, right? So when this was first being start to talk about that it's hit the US, this is a major epidemic, limit your social contact, blah, 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 blah. And about a week and a half, 2 weeks after that first talk started happening, it hit Nashville, which I'm about 60 miles away from. Okay. So current numbers for Nashville, because they go by county, is 200 cases. Okay. And then Nashville was the first one to get it hit. And then it moved out from Nashville to other surrounding counties in the region. And then it moved up to Kentucky, Ohio, different areas like that, depending on travel. Now, here's another thing about it. People want to go, oh no, like it's fine. Like we're not traveling, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. Okay. So while that was going on, they had their first couple of cases, people were still carrying on like a motherfucker. They were doing the social distancing, they were buying up their fucking toilet paper, they were fucking buying out all the baby wipes and all that stupid bullshit. Now, with that being said as well, fucking you had so many different individuals interacting and touching things and not knowing how to actually wipe their fucking hands, wipe their fucking ass, not touch their fucking face or anything like that.
Okay,
So,
you know what? You know what? I gotta stop you because all right, I get it. I get how the virus is transmitted, all right? But there's a
you
thing. No.
hold on.
Yes, I fucking do. I'm not stupid, Ace.
No. I'm not trying to say that you're stupid. I'm more so. This is for your audience.
Okay, it's transmitted through your mouth, your eyes. You touch something, you touch your
No, no.
face.
So
That's
we're talking about because one of the things about it is people don't understand the transmission from a bacterial infection versus a viral infection. So if you could hit on that, that would be awesome.
okay, but here's the thing though. What happens to the little boy in the bubble when the bubble pops? He dies from the common cold. You know why? Because he was never exposed to the common cold. Now, this is going to prey on the really old, and it hasn't really preyed on the young in America because we're not a backwards fucking country and we know how to actually have health care.
So
So,
there has been actual deaths from the pediatrics, and when we say pediatrics, we're talking about under 18 or geriatrics, which are above 60 to around 50 years old. Okay. But also, then we're talking about the people who have immunodeficient diseases. So, something like diabetes, we're
oh,
talking
okay.
about.
Actually, this will back you up, Ace. And I'm gonna call you Ace forever because that's how I know
Yeah,
you.
no,
Um,
you're good.
my wife just brought up a 17-year-old died only because he didn't have insurance and they wouldn't give him care and he died. Now that is a fucking travesty. In
Thank you
America,
Obamacare.
that is a fucking travesty. Now, when it comes to the really young, there has been a few cases, you are correct, but not very many in America, a lot more in the rest of the world. But in the state of Oregon, where I'm looking, because this is where I am, I'm looking at Louisiana because I was there 15 days ago. So, incubation period, I would be sick if I was going to get sick, I believe. You know what I mean? But I'm still watching. And I have family down there. But in the state of Oregon, we have 100 and something cases. The only people that died are from like 85 to 95 or 75 to 95. Man, they could have fell from a fucking sneeze on the forehead they could have died. Yeah, like, I mean, come on.
Well, and yes, I'll give you that with especially the geriatric patient, page, God, geriatric patients. They could have something as simple of falling down and breaking their hip that could lead to complications to death. Like it, and so for the elderly, that's very normal. Like it's like as much as I hate to say that's a common occurrence, it is pretty fucking common. But at the same time, one of the things that we have to recognize about this illness and it what so I brought up fucking anti-vaxxers earlier. And anti-vaxxers, go like, "Oh, I could heal myself with this fucking oil, that oil, and blah 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 blah, then this and that." And so I always fucking talk to them about what they consider the common flu. They consider the common flu as a gastrointestinal issue where you get nausea, you are vomitous, and different things like that. That's not what the flu is. The flu is a serious respiratory disease, and that's exactly how they're looking at it. The Spanish flu and the coronavirus, or COVID 19, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, to be politically correct, the Kung flu or whatnot, that all is within the same fucking ideology where it attacks your respiratory system, it gives you pneumonia, and you die because of the fluids, and your autoimmune system is not at the same capabilities of the typical healthy 20 to 40-year-old individual.
Well, here on Mad Dogs Productions and the Redeye stream, we call it the beer virus. We call it that because, well, there's one reason that I'm sure you could get, and two, YouTube doesn't like us using the actual word, which I got in a little bit of a tuffle with a certain flying falcon over this. But hey, it is what it is. You don't like me, it's just fuck me, it's fuck you too, right? Anyway, thing is, man, check it out. The flu itself has killed more people. Nobody is handing out CVID virus.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm gonna
That is
stop
not
you
a
right
lie.
there.
It kills more people every year.
No, I'm gonna stop you right there. So current numbers of the death toll of coronavirus. And I'm just gonna refer to it as coronavirus right now, so that way, like, fucking, I can get out real quick and not go COVID-19 or the Wu flu or fucking whatever, blah blah blah. So current fucking death toll numbers, and you have to also understand these are estimates because we're not getting accurate numbers from China, we're not getting accurate numbers from Russia, and other real authoritative governments.
Oh my god. Okay.
So-
if you want to take the shitbag countries into account, then sure, go ahead. I'm not. I'm talking about the Western world. I'm talking about the United States and Great Britain.
Okay, so if you take the United States and Great Britain alone for what we consider the common flu, okay, how many deaths per flu season do you get for just those two countries?
Dude, I'm gonna go. My wife has my phone. I'm gonna go grab it and hey, Google that shit. I'll tell you because it's a lot more than you're gonna fucking have with this virus.
Bullshit. Because you're also talking to somebody who's a fucking medical student who's researched this shit and fucking gone fucking balls deep on like what the actual numbers are. But please, Please, I'm waiting for your fucking response, boy.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Google. How many people have died in the United States from COVID-19?
No, we're talking about worldwide.
Here's a result from search.
Global passes 1 million. Okay. All right. Hey, Google. How many people die every year from the flu worldwide?
Here's a result from search.
What's that number? I'm sorry, you didn't say that out loud.
Yeah, it's being a bitch. Just a second. I got it.
What's the number? How many
I'm gonna get the number. I'm getting you the goddamn number, dickhead.
I'm waiting.
Hey, Google.
What
else
have to redo it?
Flu every year worldwide?
Here's what I found on the web.
Okay, the often cited figure from the CDC are 36,000 annual flu-related deaths per country.
Say that one more time.
36,000 per country. There's over 150 countries. You do the math, my friend.
So,
that's way over 1 million, buddy.
Yeah. So you're going, we only fucking get these main.
No. What I'm saying is both are bad. They are. But here's the thing. If we stop the entire world over something less than the flu and we create a precedence for it, then they're going to use it for the flu. So every year we're going to have a shutdown. Hey, we'll be like serfs again, right? You know, every winter they just hung out inside and drank. That is what they're trying to do to us. Do you not get it? Do you not see the writing on the fucking wall? The Republic is dying, and it's dying with thunderous applause.
So here's one of the amazing things about it is medical science. Like
medical science. Oh my God, you're an anti-vaxxer. I never said any of that, dickhead.
No, I didn't say that.
I am saying our republic is dying. It's dying. You're gonna let it die because of the Black Death?
Stop. It's been dead. It's been dead for a fucking long time. And the only sad thing about it is people are just waking up to realize it through this fucking virus. That's one of the sad things, is it's been dead. Our rights have been signed away for a long fucking time. And yes, me, you, Pinoid, other people on YouTube that we're pretty familiar with do speak out about a lot of the fucking times. But at the same times, this is where I go, medical science is a great fucking avenue because it prevents them from actually going, well, this virus is going to be everlasting, so you need to just stay inside for forever. So, just know our fucking rules and our authoritative bullshit and blah, blah, blah. Medical science is like, hey, we have a vaccine. Just come over here.
Get your vaccine. Shove it through. Test it on a limited amount of people. See what happens. Go ahead. I don't care. Do that. Have at it. But don't kill my republic. Because you know what's going to happen? Me and mine are going to hole up and arm up. That's all we're going to do. You're not taking our republic. The tree of liberty will be refreshed.
So I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know because it seems like it's at the point now where people are starting to catch up to what a lot of people who classify themselves as libertarians are starting to understand. Where, like, let's go back to fucking the whole fucking Patriot Act and all that shit, where they took away.
Libertarians are going to the Patriot Act. I would love to. Hey, point them out to me in a database so I can shoot them before they go sign up for the Patriot Act. Because they're not true libertarians. They're lefty terrorists. They can go fuck themselves.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. I think what people who like to call themselves as libertarians, who were for that act, right? Because you go, I consider myself a libertarian, but like, yeah, no, fuck all that other noise because like the government is still taking away my rights. Like, have you really looked at this? Have you really understood what the fuck they're saying? Right? So fucking the other thing about it is people who like to call themselves libertarians, and they're not actually fucking understanding what the fuck the government's doing, how much it's taking away, how much it's hurting.
They don't even know. They don't even know what the Mises Institute is. I gotcha. Right, like Tom Woods, who? Right, shut the fuck up. Barry Goldwater, who's that? You're a fucking dumbass. I mean, I got it. Hand ride. What?
Well, and the unfortunate thing is, at the same time, these are the same individuals that are going to go, yeah, no, fuck, fuck this, fuck that. I'm going to stand up for my rights, but I'm going to stay in home. I'm going to be a good little boy and let the government tell me what I should do. And I'm going to
What
do this.
message are you trying to send, Ace? No, buddy. Okay, I am arguing that the government shutdown is wrong. Shut down. Let me prefix that. Right, it's wrong, but you shut down certain areas, like New York. You should quarantine that off. You should actually, if there's abandoned houses or empty properties, you should put up the apartments. Like, you should get these people separate, right?
You said government shutdown. Are you talking about nationally or statewide? Are you talking about individual states or national?
Let's look at this. The president said, I'm not going to do it nationally, but I think the governor should do it. And we all had a conference together. The president ordered that, and the states just complied. Let's be real. That was a federal shutdown. It was.
No, it was not. It was not. And I have more proof to say that it was not, that I will gladly talk to you about offline. I'm not going to put this on the public forum, but I have actual proof that like this was not in the sense of like him just going and bowing down like, oh yeah, we all agreed on this one fucking thing. But like I said, we could talk about this offline, but we're kind of digressing from the actual subject of how people fucking look at like them fucking agreeing like, oh yeah, I'm completely libertarian. I'm for my own individual rights and blah 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 blah. And now,
well, wait a minute. Okay, you know what? I'll tell you my 5 points of being a libertarian. All right. You believe in the Constitution. You believe in a republic, a representative republic, not a democracy. Number 2. Number 3, individual rights trump all other rights. You are the tree in the forest. All right. Number 4, the government can only take your rights away under extreme circumstances, such as a world war. And they can only take them away temporarily and only by vote of Congress. And 5, gold standard, real money, no fiat currency. Fiat, Latin for it is because we say it is. No, fuck you.
So, me personally, I would take that down from 5 to 4. Take your number 5 with the gold currency that we actually back our fucking money system up. Push that down to number 4 and get rid of your number 4, right? And like that's where I started having an issue because like I don't give a fuck if it's a world war. We're still, me personally, I'm still gonna fucking do what I want to fucking do. And this is where it fucking divulges into personal fucking freedoms. You're not gonna tell me exactly what I should do, when I should do it, how I should do it. Fuck you. We fought a fucking goddamn revolutionary war over this.
You're Ace, I love what you're saying, dude. It actually like gets my blood going. Like I love it. I love that rhetoric. But the thing is, if we go to war, we need a war economy. And if the government needs to pressure private businesses to switch over to a war economy, just like World War II. You know what I mean? We need that. So Congress can enact actions to switch it to a war economy.
No, and that makes sense because Trump even fucking told, who was it, 3M, or it was either 3M or one of the actual auto manufacturers that they need to start producing the face masks and the fucking protective masks instead of producing cars under the National Defense Act. And like that makes sense. And me as a small business owner who fucking actually makes things like fucking soap and different what not like that, where it's a protective agent for you. Like I've fucking we've made up fucking hundreds of batches of fucking soap. And we went to a bunch of the local hospitals and went like, hey, this is for you guys for free. Like, we don't fucking want any incentive in it. We don't want nothing like that. It's not under directive for us to make it for you. This is just so that way you guys could fucking wash your hands and be protective from this different fucking agent. And that, so to me, like, that I shouldn't be mandated for it. It's a civil fucking duty for me. I automatically go, yeah, we're gonna fucking do this. We're gonna fucking do this. We're all gonna fucking come together as a collective, and we're gonna make sure that the fucking populace is good. That's also, it falls in line within that whole. It's not Republican. It's not Democrat. We're not looking at those different fucking lines. We're looking at community. We're looking at nationalism of we want everybody to thrive together. So I don't give a fuck. Me as a personal, small business owner, I could spare the fucking money and I could make fucking thousands of fucking bars of soap so that way everybody could fucking wash their hands for the local fucking National Guard or the hospitals or the active duty components. I don't give a fuck. let's fucking do it. Let's give them out to them for free.
I don't know about that. You should be paid for your work. But on that note, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Good night, everybody. Take care. And once again, as I said the other night, hey, this quarantine is hard on a lot of people. If you have mental health issues, call the suicide hotline if need be. Or better yet, call a friend or a family member. You might be stuck in your house, but you're not alone. And
if you have mental health issues, feel free to reach out to me. I fucking implore any fucking buddy who watches this to reach out to me. I've been through some shit between fucking being in the military, being with my fucking family, fucking the shit that I grew up with. Feel free to reach out to me. I don't care if it's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. Please reach out to me. Please, for the love of fucking God, reach out to me.
yeah, see, you're not alone. This quarantine is hard on a lot of people. People like me, man, I'm a YouTuber. I do a radio show pretty much. I'm right in my element, you know, and I have a bigger audience because everybody's stuck in their house. But
and
I, lo-
and
I
let's leave everybody on a fucking laughing note. Like the
yeah,
social distancing bullshit that they fucking came out with. Like everybody who's done fucking YouTube and been on streams and whatnot, they're like, well, shit, I've been practicing this for like 3 fucking years from now. Like, the fuck are you talking about social distancing? Thank you for
yeah,
giving it a term.
yeah, right in my element, okay. But not everybody's like that. A lot of you guys are extroverted, right? You have to go out. You have to hang out with your girlfriends. You have to go party with your buddies, right? Hang out at the strip club. Fucking go see a movie. This is hard on you. We get it. Reach out like Bearded Bastards said. And tell them your Twitter. That way they can actually reach out to you, buddy.
Oh, fuck. I think it's. What is my Twitter? Holy shit. I haven't logged into that in a while. Twitter.com. So my Twitter is. I don't know. Oh, at Simon Sanchez. So at sign PSYMONSANCHES. And my DMs on there are completely open. And I don't even give a fuck. I'll fucking throw what my goddamn bullshit for fucking Discord is. And my Discord shit is bearded bastard with the little hashtag, which I want to call the pound sign, but hashtag fucking 3003. Send me a message on there. Add me as a friend. If you have issues, fucking feel free to hit me up. Call me. Fucking send me a message. I might not answer immediately, but I will get back to you within the next fucking 12 to 24 hours. Your life is important. Everybody's life is important. Do not fucking give up on yourself or anything that is around you. We all are going through hard times. And sometimes it may feel like nobody understands what you're going through. But at the same time, let me tell you like this. I have 3 kids. All 3 of my kids, they're all doing homeschool. Not only are they all doing homeschool, I also have to teach them now of what they're doing for those homeschools. And not only that, I'm also going through school for myself to be a medical professional. And so I stay up until about 3 o'clock in the morning going through my fucking schoolwork after I spend the whole day dealing with my kids' fucking schoolwork. So that way they're good, I'm good, my wife is good because she's at home teleworking. So I have to separate my kids from her for my kids to do their schoolwork and me to do my schoolwork and all that fun jazz being said, we're all still rocking it. I've lost my fucking mind in the past week. But at the same time,
Well,
I've lifted myself up to be able to at least pass my fucking final that I took tonight at 75%. It's not the best for me, but I at least did it. Don't give up on yourself. You're
well,
better
no.
than whatever is going on right now.
Well, absolutely. And everybody goes through tough times. And some of us, like me, hey, I like shouting into the wind. I like talking to you guys. It's what I do. But that's not what everybody does. And there's a picture above my computer up on my wall above the window. It's of one of my best friends. His name was Scott. He killed himself on November 5th. And, you know, I never understood. Like, I heard a lot of people say suicide, this, I'm going to go hang myself, blah, blah, blah. And it was always a joke. And he didn't say anything about it. The last thing he said to me, which was weird, he went to leave on Halloween, or no, it was my birthday. And he went to leave and then he walked back and he goes, "Hey, goodbye." He had never really said goodbye before. It was always, "Hey, I'll see you later, bro." You know? And I went, "Bye, man. We're going fishing tomorrow, right?" He's like, "Yeah," and kind of nodded. And then he drove out and did what he did. I never saw it coming. So sometimes you never know when somebody around you needs help. So reach out to your friends, your family. Reach out and make sure they're okay. Right, Ace? That's a great idea. And I think we
Yeah,
should end it on
and
that.
well, yeah, and I'll just leave on this one last thing. I put something out there on Twitter the other day. Reach out to the people that you know, and if they say that they're fine, that they're all right, that they're okay, not be an asshole. Just kind of dig in further. Like, hey, what else is going on? Like, how was your day? Like, what happened throughout your day? Because those terms of fine, all right, okay, they're hiding themselves. They're hiding their own emotions of what actually happened and how it made them feel and how they don't want to push that forward onto you. So, with that being said, just check on your friends. Make sure that they're doing awesome. Make sure that they're great. Make sure that they're not hurting. And if they are hurting, there's ways of actually talking to them through the social distancing of using a Google Hangout Meet or using some sort of different Facebook Messenger quick little talk chat where you get that social interaction with them. Make sure that they know that you are there, not just for them because they're hurting, but because you're their friend. And you want to uplift them and make them the best individual that they could ever be.
Yeah, absolutely. And the real thing is, even if they say they're just fine, they might not be. You know, if you sense something weird, maybe you talk to them and maybe you keep talking to them and keep talking and keep talking until they pass out on the fucking camera. Just so you know they're all right. I'm sorry, but in this time of social distancing and isolation, people are going to go cabin fever. It's going to happen. It is. There's no other way to look at it. That's just the way it is. I'd like to thank my little brother for showing up earlier. Penoid, Excel, Bearded Bastard, as he's known now. I call him Ace. And all of you guys for watching. Thank you very much. I'll be back at it tomorrow, man. We're in quarantine. I gotta try and keep you guys entertained. You know how it is. Good night. Good luck. And I'm out of here.